people, welcome back to the channel. I am Alexander Kelly. Today we are doing part 2 of something I did about a couple of days ago. The stream was long as hell. This one might be long as hell too. But yeah, I figured I would split it into multiple parts because of how long the last stream was, because I did a lot of talking. But you know, that's what you expect when you go behind the scenes with shit. So I'm going to do part 2 of behind the scenes insight into every backyard wrestling match that I have had. However, I will not be alone. We are going to wait for our special guest to get here, and then we will begin. So, for the time being, let me promote my shit. So, if you would like to follow me on Instagram, kind of get a look into my day-to-day life, you can go follow me on Instagram at official Alexander Kelly. That is where you will see me post, like I said, like just stuff I do like every day. You can see like some of the wrestling stuff. I either promote it or I talk about it whenever I start to wrestle again. You can go follow RUW on Instagram at Real Undisputed Wrestling. That is my backyard wrestling company. For those who don't know, our next match will be posted hopefully within the next month if we can get shit arranged okay, and if the weather deems it okay. You can go check out RUW's website. Yes, we do have a website. It is realundisputedwrestling.home.blog. And, you know, while we're here, why don't I show y'all the website, you know, so you can kind of get a feel of what we're doing here. Okay, so let me present that. Let me share this screen. Hang on. Wait, I accidentally got rid of that. Put that back. So this is the official RUW website. As you can see, I have it pulled up here. I have to update it, okay? It's still sort of kind of up to date. I feel like the last time I did this was like the end of last year is when I have to update it because it says right here, our current RUW World Championship is held by Alexander Kelly in his third reign. It is not anymore. It is now vacated. So I have to update that. RUW currently hosts a wrestling show on YouTube titled Decimation, formerly known as Saturday Night Slaughter. In the first episode, and you can watch our first episode. If you go to our website, you can click the link, and we have our stars here. Why not read about me? Let's do that, okay? Let's read about me. Oh, look, it's me. I have to update that picture. But to be fair, I have not done an updated render image since I took this picture. So we have to work on that. But it is me, okay, with the title. I'm not a champion anymore. Have to update that. Alexander Kelly, formerly known as Alexander Souls, is a former backyard wrestler for WEF Wrestling and Real Undisputed Wrestling. He is a current I'm not a current. I have to update that. 3-time RUW World Champion and holds the record of the longest reign at 222 days. I am a former leader of the faction The Influence in WEF, and I'm the founder and current owner of RUW. Yay. But yeah, I have a decent amount to upload. As you can see, I included the WEF stars who have made appearances in RUW. We got Grizzly, Howard the Alien. There's the monster duo. That's what I call them. Chris Naito and Lumberjack, the men. Trenton Crusher and Toxic, you know, they teamed up. Destroyer. Yeah. Destroyer, Chris Naito. Yeah. All of the WEF stars who have appeared in RUW are on our website. So you can go check that out. But for now, let's get down to what we're really here for. Like I said, I'm gonna wait for our guests to get here. We have a comment. Oh, I completely forgot about this shit. I set that shit up. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. That is for, hang on. This comment right here is for when I go live on my desktop and I'm live streaming on YouTube. That is what this is for. Please ignore this. For now. Ignore that for now. But that is when I go live on my desktop, not on StreamYards. But when I go live on my desktop on YouTube, that is what this is for. Okay. That is what this comment is for. So for now, ignore this because this will not matter to the stream I'm currently doing. Okay. Please ignore that. If it takes my guest a little bit to join, then I'll go ahead and get started. He has just seen the link that I sent him. So he might be about to join. Okay. But I'm going to actually go ahead and pull the video up. I'm not going to share the screen until our guest gets here because I want to give him a proper introduction. But I just want to go ahead and have the video ready. What was the last match that I reacted to? What was the last match that I did behind the scenes insight to? I cannot remember. Wait, no, I do remember. The match that I was going to do, the match that I left off on was the match that I had with Drake Danger. We were going to. No, I had reacted to that one. So the match that was up next was the match that I was going to have with Lumberjack. Okay. So I have the video ready. Okay. I have the video ready. It has taken my guest a little bit of time to get here. So let's go ahead and get this next match done. Now, this next match is with Elijah. And, if we watch the channel, we all know my history with Elijah. Okay. So this is Alexander Souls, me, versus Lumberjack in the TBW Backyard Welterweight Championship Tournament. Now, before I get into this match, I want to make one thing perfectly clear. How do I... Hang on. I want to make one thing perfectly clear, okay? Because I feel like this mistake has been put on me for quite some time. Ever since I spoke out about it. How do I say this properly? I don't hate TBW. Okay? I don't. After what took place after this match, okay, and the shit that I said about them, I went on a podcast and, I've said how I felt and how I wanted to leave and not come back. Here's what went down with that, okay? Russell Cooper, at the time, was commissioner of TBW. And when I was there, the way he was talking kind of made it sound like he was in charge of the company. Well, I know now he is not. The owner of the company and the man in charge of the shows is Joshua Allen. Joshua Allen, I'm perfectly cool with. So I take back my hatred for TBW and I put it on Russell Cooper. I like TBW. I don't like Russell Cooper. Okay? I am open to coming back to TBW But, you know, after everything that came out about them, which we will not talk about in this stream, after everything that came out about them, I really don't know if going back to TBW would be the best option. I would like to go back, but they got to settle their shit first. Okay? But anyway, this match, I have talked about it on podcast, the RUW Behind the Scenes podcast. I need to advertise that shit more. I need to do another episode of that too. But I've talked about this match. Not my favorite. Not my favorite. And it's because of the guy that I'm wrestling. It's because of this guy. Ooh, excuse me. It's because of this guy. Okay? Elijah, when I got there, you know, I was still very fresh to the backyard wrestling scene. And TBW is one of those companies where if you step in, you better know what you're doing. Now, I don't like companies like that because personally, I think that's shit. I think it is perfectly okay for people, new people who don't really have a lot of experience. I think it's perfectly fine for them to step foot into companies who would like people with experience to step into. I think it's perfectly fine, perfectly normal for companies to let new people step in. That is how new people like me get the experience, is by going to a company who like people with experience. However, you know, so I was still very fresh heading into this match. And Lumberjack, look, okay, I'm going to get to this match eventually. I just feel like I got to say this shit. Lumberjack is the type of person. No, not type of person. Lumberjack tried teaching me shit when we got there. But I'm just going to say this right now, and I probably said this before. He is not good at teaching you shit, like, at all. He is not good at teaching you shit at all. He sucks as a trainer. And Lumberjack, Elijah, if you're watching this, I ain't taking back what I... Fuck, I just spit everywhere. I'm not taking back what I'm saying about you, okay? I have a problem with you. You need to accept it, okay? You can text me. You can fucking do whatever all you want. But that doesn't change the past, okay? The only thing that changes the past is the fucking future. Because I could go on and not let the past affect me. But for right now, well, I'm going to let it affect me, okay? Anyway, let's actually get into this match.
Yes, that's taken care of. Everything is very well. I'm going to need to talk to you later. If it isn't the new rising star of WEF.
Oh, look, it's Babyface Alexander Kelly, or Alexander Souls. Babyface Alexander. So, this is Russell Cooper, okay? As we all know now, I don't like him. I was cool with him there because I had just met him, and I didn't really know the man behind the character or the man behind the dude. Like, I didn't know how he really felt, is what I'm trying to say. So, this is my pre-match promo before the match that I'm about to have with Lumberjack. First and last ever match with TBW, okay? You know, maybe this is my opportunity to break out, you know?
Mr. Alexander Souls. An absolute pleasure, and I believe we met in the ring during your weigh-in.
Yes, we did.
I wish.
I just wanted to say, he mentioned the weigh-in thing. If y'all want to actually see that segment, I suggest watching the show, or you can go to my YouTube channel and hang on. We are going to go back to this, I promise. You can go to my YouTube channel. I actually did an entire like 2-hour live stream talking about that. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Right here. Hang on, I'm going to pull that up. We are going to stop sharing that, and we are going to share this. So as you can see, this is my YouTube channel, and you can see right here, 2 hours, 18 seconds, reacting to my TBW match live. I reacted not only to the match, but to the entire show and my experience with TBW. So if you want to watch that, I suggest watching that. I go into depth with everything that happened on the show and everything that I felt about certain things in the show. So if you want to watch that, we can. In this video, we are only going to be live reacting to the match and the pre and post-match promos, okay? Because there is a post-match and a pre-match promo. I'm going to stop sharing that, and we're going to go back to sharing this. Okay. So, he mentioned the weigh-in.
You luck in this tournament. This is your first big opportunity on TBW stage, is it not?
Thanks, man. I really appreciate it.
I didn't get... Before we continue, I want to say I did not get a lot of room to speak in this promo, and I hated that because this was my first promo with TBW, my first official promo, and we all know how big TBW is and was back then, like 3 years ago. They're big, and they've been pretty big for a while now. My first promo on TBW, and I did not get a lot of room to speak. Let's start this over, actually.
Everything is very well. I'm going to need to talk to you later. If it isn't the new rising star of WEF, Mr. Alexander Souls. An absolute pleasure, and I believe we met in the ring during your weigh-in.
Yes, we did.
I wish you luck in this tournament. This is your first big opportunity on TBW stage, is it not?
Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Mr. Commissioner?
Mr. Lumberjack.
Then this piece of trash comes in, trying to act like he's fucking sophisticated and he's like the biggest deal in TBW, whatever.
What are
you doing?
You're going to need more than damn luck tonight, buddy.
Hang on, let's go back a little bit. I genuinely feel like the shit that he says to me is how he literally felt about me. I feel like it wasn't just a promo. I feel like he was literally breaking the fourth wall and kind of digging in deep as to how he really felt about me without actually saying, this is how I really feel about you. So,
Mr. Commissioner?
Mr. Lumberjack?
You're going to need more than damn luck tonight, buddy. Yeah. Fuck. I mean, look. You ain't nothing. You ain't been nothing since you come in.
Listen, Lumberjack.
I know you're going to lose at this
Listen,
order.
Lumberjack. I understand.
he said, you ain't nothing. You ain't been nothing since you got here. I know you're going to lose to me. I think is what he said. I think that was the last thing he said, is I think you're going to lose to me. I really do feel like that's how he actually felt. And if that's how he actually felt, cool. You know, me and him had beef. Whatever. Don't care. Okay? Then I say this.
Saying that at RUW Saturday.
Since you come in.
Listen, Lumberjack.
I know you're going to lose at this
Listen,
order.
Lumberjack. I understand that at RUW Saturday Night Slaughter episode number 1, I lost my RUW World Championship to Drake Danger. But trust me when I say, gold's always on my mind. So I'm getting that welterweight championship of the world.
Just going to taste.
That was a good delivery. I think, you know, pretty solid. But I want y'all to notice something. I want y'all to keep looking at Russell the entire time. And I want y'all to watch his face change when I mention RUW. Okay? Keep an eye on him and his face the entire time. Okay?
Hey,
And
listen, Lumberjack.
I know you're gonna lose to this
Listen,
order.
Lumberjack. I
Keep
understand that at RUW Saturday Night Slaughter episode number 1, I lost my RUW World Championship to.
He looks at me and he's like, wait a fucking minute. You ain't supposed to mention your shit. Look, okay, I'll say this. If I have a company that doesn't really have a large following and I'm on a show with a large following that have allowed previous companies to mention themselves on the TBW product, I'm gonna fucking do it, okay? I don't care. You can look at me like you can fucking not like the fact that I'm mentioning my product on your show, but let's admit it, okay? First of all, I need a fan base. Second of all, no matter what, well, I don't think now, after everything that came out about TBW recently, but I feel like no matter what, TBW is always going to be bigger than RUW. Maybe. I mean, I hate saying that, but let's face it, it might always be. GTS wrestling is always going to be bigger than RUW. Let's face it, But yeah, his fucking face when I mentioned RUW.
You ain't nothing. You ain't been nothing since you come in.
Listen, Lumberjack.
I know you're gonna lose to this
Listen,
order.
Lumberjack. I understand that at RUW Saturday Night Slaughter episode number 1, I lost my RUW World Championship to Drake Danger. But trust me when I say, gold's always on my mind. So I'm getting that welterweight championship of the world.
I want y'all to listen to this part. Listen to what Lumberjack says.
Just gonna tell you something. There's a reason why I'm part of TBW roster and you're not.
There's a reason I'm part of the TBW roster and you're not. Okay? And then I say this.
I am now.
Look, man. Look. This was during a time where WEF would regularly take trips down to Tennessee for TBW. And I thought, if this experience goes well with TBW, it did not. If this experience goes well with TBW, maybe I'll come back. Maybe I'll be a regular fixture of the TBW roster. Well, that did not happen, which makes that line, that delivery, ass. It makes no sense now looking back at it. There's a reason why I'm part of the TBW roster and you're not. I am now. Like, it makes no sense. Look, I take full responsibility for making that mistake in the promo. James Taylor said I wouldn't go back there. Yeah, at this point, after everything that came out about them, I genuinely don't know. Obviously, you remember Jackal. I talked to him last night, and he said he would like to go back down to Tennessee and get back in the ring. And that's when I had to update him on everything that's been happening. And Jackal didn't know because Jackal had not been keeping up with TBW for the past, I want to say, 2 years. I think the last time he watched TBW was the last time he fucking wrestled. So it's been a little bit. So I had to update him on fucking everything. I sent the screenshots to him that you sent me. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, we will not get into that conversation. It is too controversial. Plus, since I'm live, I can't really censor half the shit that I'm going to say. But it is a very sensitive topic, and we will not go in depth with it here. I might join you here soon. Nice. But, yeah. Yeah, I don't think going back to TBW would be the best option. And you know what's fucking crazy? Hang on. After everything that came out about TBW, look. Hang on. I will pull it up in just a second, okay? I will pull it up in just a second. After everything that came out about TBW, I want you to look at this. We know TBW is not in a good place right now because of everything that came out about them. Look. Hang on. 2 hours ago, they uploaded a new episode. TBW, you are in some fucking hot water right now. I don't think continuing your shit is the greatest idea. Because I genuinely think you had more than this. I might be wrong, but I think you lost a couple thousand. I might be wrong, but I think you lost a few subscribers. Okay? I don't know how many followers you have on Instagram, but that don't matter right now. Okay? But TBW, you are in some hot water right now. I genuinely don't think continuing your shit is the greatest idea, but you know what? Fuck it. You do you. If you want to try to redeem yourself, even though I know damn well it's not going to work, fuck it. You do you. Anyway, back to the show.
This is going to get interesting.
I'll check your dumb ass up.
Up next, Alexander Souls takes on Lumberjack in the first round. Who will make it to the finals? Find out next.
I love what TBW did with not just my render, but with every render that they used on the show. They added the fucking glowing gold effect, and I love that. Look, I'll even admit, even Lumberjack's render looks kind of cool with that effect. My render looks good. Everybody's render on this show looks good. I'll admit. First entrance in TBW. Here we go.
Here we go, fans. Alexander Souls going to be debut in the yard against Lumberjack. This is interesting, folks. There's Alexander Souls.
Eyeing that belt, as he should. He needs to keep that in the forefront of his mind.
This is the first time I ever saw this man in action. He calls himself the
Revolution.
The Revolution, I hear. I don't know how much of a revolution.
We'll see if he can prove that here tonight.
That's a statement we'll have to see.
Can he bring back 1776, or will we stay in the 21st century? Let's find out.
That's not what revolution means.
Well, yeah, good call there.
Is he looking to take Lumberjack's soul here tonight?
Well, he is kidding. Well,
Does this man look like Joe Anderson? I think not.
I hope I don't look like Joe Anderson. I hope I don't look like Joe. Fuck. Bye. Damn. After everything that came out, after everything that came out,
well, he's not no Grim Reaper, but he.
damn
Anyway,
right.
and here we go. The music of the man known as Lumberjack. Please to make his way behind the curtain in a matter of moments.
Will he walk away here tonight as the welterweight champion?
Well, we do know this atomic tide is in the finals.
Who will win this? There's
And there
Lumberjack
is
there.
Lumberjack, folks.
Lumberjack making his way to the ring, staring at that belt, pointing at it.
Oh, he wants that title.
He said it's going to be his here tonight.
And that's the sort of attitude he needs to have.
But can he get past Alexander Souls? We'll find out. Right now, as the bell is about to be underway.
Ring that bell.
Bell's underway now.
Bell sounds.
Ding,
Here we
ding,
go.
ding.
Souls versus
Souls
Lumberjack.
and Lumberjack.
Circling each other, collar elbow. Looks like
Looks like going into a hammerlock.
hammerlock there.
Ooh, wrenching on that. Oh, into a
Wrenching
headlock.
headlock.
Good
Richard and
transition.
headlock. Good transition.
You know,
by
yeah.
Alexander Souls.
Good transition. Good start to the
Bounce
match.
away
Good
from
back
there.
and forth. Good chain
Pulling it
wrestling
loose
here.
into a
No, I give him a
hammerlock of his
hammerlock.
own.
Kind of botched it, but whatever.
Hammerlock there by Alexander Souls.
You could have done any move. You could have done any move. Did you do
Shoves
that?
him. Lumberjack showing a little bit of power in this welterweight tournament.
And now
A little bit of power.
slamming
Ooh.
Souls' arms onto the mat.
That hurts you. I don't care who you are.
Looks like
Can hurt any man.
Oh,
Fun fact. It's not in this match. It's in another match. If I do a part 3, maybe it'll be in part 3. But if I don't do a part 3, it'll be later in this video. I actually do this move to him. Here's a fun fact. After that match, not the match that we're reacting to right now, but after the match where I did that leg move, he got mad. Because, of course, he's the type of person who gets mad. You could do the most basic move ever, but because he has it in his moveset, oh, you can't use it because I have it. Man, fuck you. Seriously.
Ooh, that could break a knee if you're not careful.
That'll break a knee,
Oh, speaking of breaking things, he might be trying to break some elbows, some wrists, some arms.
What's he doing here? Oh, looks like he kicked him.
some sort of
Kick-
kick there by
Kick right to the
Lumberjack.
face.
Lumberjack has had most of control of this match so far.
Alexander Souls has no
Whoa.
offense.
Oh, a knee to the face. Good night.
And then just throws him to the mat there.
Just absolutely dominating Mr. Souls.
Jumps over him.
Look
Gonna
out,
come back
look out.
into it. Looks like a leg
That's
drop.
a beautiful leg drop.
I will give him credit where credit is due. He does have a good leg drop.
1, 2.
No. Kick out at 2.5.
Like I said, this is the first time we're witnessing Alexander Souls in a TW ring.
He's not really impressing yet.
Russell, can you shut the fuck up? Your opinion doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, not yet, but he might though, folks. You never know. And
Lumberjack going
Look
for
at
that.
this.
Oh, I caught the leg.
Got it.
I tripled.
Oh,
He's
take
on
it
the
down.
ground.
Down right there.
Hang on. These fucking knee strikes. I'll let y'all watch them first.
Ooh,
working it.
knee to the hamstring.
Working a hamstring.
Ooh, and again.
Well, he's doing
Those knee strikes, okay? Let me tell you about them knee strikes. That was the only ground move that I learned ever in my career. I had to teach myself everything. So I credit two people for training me. Chris Nitro or myself. Okay? Because Elijah, fuck him. That was the only thing Elijah taught me when it came to ground moves. I didn't even learn the fucking basics of ground moves, corner moves, really anything until my career was almost over. And at that point, I didn't even know my career was about to end, which is fucking sad. These knee strikes that I just did, I do them a lot in this match because, like I said, the only thing I got taught when it comes to ground moves, the only thing I got taught that day when it came to ground moves, Elijah, you really got to work. If you plan on continuing to train people, you need to work on your technique because you are not good. Even Chris admitted you were bad. And I'm not trying to put shade on Chris. Even Chris admitted you were a bad trainer. And that's saying something because you and Chris are kind of close. Anyway, back to the show.
showing some offense.
There we go. He's showing some strategic
Yeah, the
offense,
jump
Young
going
boy
after the
here,
leg.
Alexander Souls.
Wait a minute. He's
Well,
pulling him away from
See, that's what I'm saying. I didn't even learn any corner moves. I could have stomped him. I could have fucking choked him out in the corner. I could have pressed my knee up against his throat or his jaw. I learned none of that. So when I got him in the corner, or when he got in the corner, I really was trying to think, fuck, what should I do? I don't know any corner moves.
Hey,
Alexander Souls.
So let me just
wait a minute.
drag him
Dragging
away.
him away from the ropes.
Because I
This
don't
is
know anything. Because this idiot is a very bad trainer.
Smart move.
Smart move on Souls' part here.
Going from another angle.
Using that.
Trying to detach the hamstring from the bone. Oh my goodness.
He's working them legs.
I want y'all to watch
folks.
them.
Working them over. And now
I'll
stomping
stomp 'em.
away is
By the way, I want y'all to listen very closely on how these stomps actually sound. I'm not even going to say anything. Just listen to these stomps because I love the sound of these stomps. By the way, I genuinely, I have no idea what caused the sound of the stomps. I didn't slap my leg. I didn't do any of that. He didn't slap his leg. So when I stomped him, that smack might have been my shoe up against his skin. I genuinely have no idea. But anyway, Just take a listen.
Yes.
He's
I ain't
working
gonna
them
say
legs
anything.
over, folks. Working them over. Now stomping away is Alexander Soul.
I believe he has the philosophy of if it isn't broken, don't fix it.
Well, it was broken. Break it again. Well, that can work too.
You know what? That's a fair call, Mr. Ross. That is
You hear the sound of the stomps, that little smack. I have no idea what caused that, but I love it because it genuinely makes the stomp sound impactful. I want to go back a little bit. I want y'all to notice something, okay?
chemistry from the bone. Oh my goodness.
So
He's
I'll
working them
stomp
legs
him.
over, folks. Working them over. Now stomping away is Alexander Soul.
I believe he has the philosophy of if it isn't
He tries to grab me for a roll up. And I didn't know what he was doing, so I continued stomping him.
broken, don't fix it.
Well, it was broken. Break it again. Well, that can work too.
You know
I'll
what?
stomp him
That's a fair
3
call,
times.
Mr. Ross. That is a fair call.
Lumberjack must be in pain. Oh wait, it looks like
Then
a
he
roll-up.
rolls me up.
Roll up.
1, 2.
No. Kick
Then
out.
he rolls
He
me up.
gets out of it.
He gets out of it there. Now Lumberjack on his feet.
What's he gonna do here?
The hamstring. I'm surprised he's on his feet as well as he is.
Indeed.
Oh, what a big knee. Or kick right there.
Right to
Now
the
Lumberjack now.
What are they chanting?
Picking up souls right
Picking up
here.
Alexander Souls or Soul, whatever you want to call him. Anyway,
I didn't get that line. Here, listen.
Picking up souls right
picking up
here.
Alexander Souls or Soul, whatever you want to call him.
Picking up Alexander Soul or Souls or whatever you want to call him. It's only one thing. It's Souls. S-O-U-L-S. Souls. That's it. Okay? No offense. I'm not trying to be a dick. Do your research on me before doing commentary for a match that I am doing. Please and thank you. Thank you.
Anyway, way out
Wait a
in the
minute.
corner.
Oh, another.
Look like an enziguri kick
Almost
right
like an
there.
insecurity kick. Got that right there, Scott.
A knee.
Knee rub.
Knee to the
No, he's
midsection.
kicking him.
He's working over
Wait
Souls
a
here.
minute.
There he goes. What's he waiting on? Now they're
waiting on?
looking
He's
at
measuring him.
This motherfucker
Got it. He
told me to get in the corner because I was selling. You know, he need me in the midsection a couple of times. So I'm selling. I'm hunched over. I'm like walking around the ring like, oh. He tells me to get in the corner when I'm like, hang on. How far was I from the corner? I went back a little too far.
There he goes. What's
Well,
he
I'm like
waiting on?
here.
Now they're
He's
looking
He's
at
measuring him.
I'm like right here, like in the ring. Kind of far away from any corner. He tells me to go to the corner, but he told me to go to this corner specifically. He could have said go to the corner and I could have gone to that corner. But he wanted me to go to this corner over here
Got it.
specifically. So I had to walk myself to the corner in the most unnatural way possible. Watch.
There he goes. What's he waiting
selling.
on? Now they're
And I'm like,
looking at
Measuring him.
Hey, let me just walk backwards.
Got it. He
Go to the corner in the most Oh, wait, shit. I'm not even fucking showing it. That is my bad. That is my bad. I take full responsibility for that. Okay. So, as I was saying, he needs me in the midsection a couple times.
Almost like an
Okay.
insecurity kick. Got that right there, Scott.
One,
a knee.
Knee
two.
rub.
to the
No, he's
midsection.
kicking him.
Well, I'm selling it,
He's
okay?
working over Souls here.
I'm selling the
There
knee
he goes.
spots.
What's he waiting on? Now they're
waiting on?
looking
He's
at
measuring
Okay.
him.
Then I just back up to the corner, okay? But I want y'all to look at how far away I was from the corner.
There he goes. What's he waiting on?
he
Now they're
waiting on?
looking
He's
at
measuring him.
I was like right here in the ring, okay? And I know I'm saying this stuff, but you know, I forgot to share it, so that's my apologies. I was like right here in the ring, okay? I could have kept selling and then go to this corner because I think that would have looked more natural. But he said go to the corner, but he wanted me to go to this corner
Got it.
specifically. I could have gone to that corner. He could have said go to the corner and I could have continued selling and gone to that one. But he wanted me to go to this corner specifically. So I think where he has his arm out right there.
There he goes. What's he waiting on? Now they're looking at
No, right there. It's hard to notice, I know, but you know, I was there, so obviously I remember. Right
There he
when
goes.
he backs
What's he
up
waiting on?
and he looks at me, and his face kind of changes. That's when he communicates and he tells me to back up into the corner. So I'm like, okay, let me just unnaturally walk backwards into the corner. I know spot's not that big of a deal, but like, you know, fuck it. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, our special guest is here. Ladies and gentlemen, a man who has appeared on my channel a handful of times, and I figured he would join me here tonight because he was excited as to something that I will be talking about later in the stream. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the Tyrant King, the Nemesis, James Taylor. What is going on, my man?
How you doing, buddy? I'm doing all right
all
today.
right. You?
I'm just been working, doing video edits like I always do. Let me see if I can turn this around. Doing video edits.
Do you edit through CapCut?
Yep.
That's how I
On
edit.
the I do CapCut. What I was trying to tell you before, I do CapCut through my phone for my TikToks and my YouTube shorts. But when I do my regular, like my Taffy's Lounge, if you know about that channel, and my wrestling videos that you've watched a few so far, thank you. I do it through the PC CapCut. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I edit my videos through PC CapCut. That's how I'm currently editing the Decimation episode that I'm working on.
well, then there you go. So you have a familiar, you know how to work it,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
you're learning at least.
Yeah, I know
So-
the basics.
Well, I just uploaded my very first match I ever had on the ground,
Yeah, I
This
got
is
a
March-
notification about that a little bit ago.
which was March 15th, 2002. Now, I just uploaded the second version. There's a commentary version that's completely edited with copyright-free music and just audience sounds and me talking, because the original video, if you play it on YouTube, will be fully copyrighted because we were playing a radio in the background. There was a lot of 2002 pop music going through that my buddy Chris decided to just put on because we didn't do commentary a whole lot back then.
Yeah.
And when somebody didn't want to commentate, they just throw the radio on, and that's how we would wrestle. And to avoid that, my public one is going to be edited, me talking about the match. And then I'm telling people, I'm going to put in the description, if people want to see the non-commentary version and the original raw uncut, to DM me, and I'll send them a link to it, because that's going to be a unlisted video. So that way I don't get punished for it. So
Yeah.
other than
makes
that,
sense. That's smart.
yeah, because a lot of people, especially my older friends, they like to see the original, but a lot of them are loving that I'm editing our old stuff. They're like, "How are you doing that? That's so cool. You know, I love the commentary, blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Well, thanks."
Yeah.
So, but I was watching for a minute and I saw what you were saying about TBW, you know, and
Yeah.
Russell
Yeah.
Cooper's a
Yeah.
joke.
It is now.
The whole company's a damn joke now.
TBW was good when you were in it.
It was decent, but apparently they didn't think so. They thought I was just another guy, and I'm like, well, I'm sorry, I have more of a following than all your accounts combined, and y'all are putting me in a mid card level, but my matches are over everybody else.
You're a veteran of the business, you know.
I helped bring them in a couple of thousand subscribers. I helped them bring in a couple of thousand extra views. If you look at their most popular videos, I think my match with Max Chaos, that episode of Rampage, was either the second or third. It was either the second or third most viewed. For a while, it was the second most viewed video on the entire channel. And it was because, and if you look at the comments, even during the live thing, it was mostly like, dang, James Taylor and Max Chaos, this is a badass match. because it was a good match.
It was a good match, dude. I love how like when he was going for the, I think he calls it like the Chaos Forearm or whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Yeah.
the phenomenal forearm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you countered into the stunner. You like caught him in midair.
Uh-huh.
That was
But if you,
sick as shit.
that was fun. That was a good spot to do. But
It
that
really was.
entire match, if you watch, I think I got maybe 7 moves in that entire match. I let him do all the work, and all I wanted to do was sell for him. And I sold my ass off to make him look good because
Yeah.
he hasn't had a decent match. And that was me showing the world and showing the community the type of wrestler that I am. And it's not about winning or losing to me, really. It's not anymore. It's really
Yeah.
about, can I put on the best story? Can I put on the best match and make my opponent look good? Because if there's anything I learned from the Nature Boy Ric Flair, not Gage Flair, Ric Flair,
Yeah.
that is, you make your opponent look good. Even if you're going to win, you get your ass kicked, you make them look good. I love to sell.
Yeah,
And that's what I did for him.
Didn't Rick get his ass beat in like most of his matches?
All the time. And
Yeah.
that's my favorite part of a wrestling match is getting beat up more than doing the moves. I like getting my ass kicked more. And that's
Yeah.
what I did for him. Max Chaos, he had mediocre matches, but I always saw a little something in him.
Did you hear
And
about his appearance in WEF?
Yeah, I actually saw that. And that was also when Anthony went. So I think that's when Anthony went.
I think Max Chaos has had 2 appearances in WEF, and the first one is actually in the video that we are about to react to.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. I'm actually curious to hear that the reasoning behind or your interaction with Anthony,
Yeah.
For you to, I want to know your story and what went on right there.
Yeah. So, do you know the match that we're on right now?
You're on that lumberjack at TBW.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
What do you? So I've seen the match. What if you play the match, play wherever you're at right now, turn
Okay.
the volume down though, and tell me what you were going through during like right there. Like I would turn the volume down, and this is what I would find interesting. You do what you want. This is your show though. This is your show. But if I was you, I would start talking about, like right here, I was leaning up against the turnbuckle because I was waiting for Lumberjack to come in and tell me blah, 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 or I wanted to do this, or blah, you know what I mean? Can you kind of remember at all what was going through your mind at this day? And like, right here?
Yeah. So right now, Lumberjack did a couple knees to the midsection in the corner, in the other corner. And I'm selling. Okay. So I'm in the corner, like waiting for what he's about to do. And I know it's going to hurt. Because TBW's ring back then, that's a wooden post with steel turnbuckle.
Yeah.
They barely have any protection on these.
I know it.
So, like, I'm in the corner, like, waiting for him to do what he's about to do. I hope it's a running knee, but it is not.
You mean he doesn't?
He
He doesn't tell you? He didn't tell you?
No, he just said go in the corner.
Yeah,
that was it.
That's bad on his part.
Yeah,
that sounds like he's trying to screw you over. Because if he said,
I genuinely
corner,
think my entire backyard wrestling career, he's always been trying to screw me over. That's just genuinely how I feel. Like, honest opinion.
Well, you were being trained wrong or taught wrong. You were given the opportunity, but that's where everybody makes their mistakes when they're starting out. You don't know everything because you got to learn. That's part of learning.
Yeah,
that's
and
you're gonna.
Even I admit when I make mistakes.
Yep. But that's the nature of the business in a way.
Yeah.
And because it sounds like he did that. So go ahead, continue on, and then I'll butt in.
So he does a splash. I'm pain, like actual pain. So he gets me up, and he does another one. And you can see, kinda. Hang on, let me go back a little bit. You can see, like right there, my back actually hit the post. Like spine first into the post. So that fucking hurt.
Booty to the belly.
Yeah, you felt it,
That's
didn't
gonna
you?
hurt.
I did. I
Not
wasn't playing. He DDT'd me.
That's gonna leave it.
His
That's
head's
gonna leave it
rattling.
heavy.
1, 2, oh!
How was that ring compared to the WEF ring?
Very different. It kind of felt unsafe because WEF had like legitimate cable ropes. They had like handmade turnbuckle pads that were made out of like some kind of foam or something.
Right.
So they actually tried to like keep stuff protected. There was even like a part in WEF's ring. Like I want you to imagine that this ring right here is WEF's ring, okay?
Okay.
And the entrance way is like back here, okay? You enter through WEF's ring. In this turnbuckle right here, they had like a little thing of metal because the cable rope kind of like tore a little bit. They had a little thing of metal sticking out. And if you weren't careful, you were going to get cut. So WEF actually took a fucking like rag or something and they tied it up over that piece of metal to make sure that no one would get cut anymore. So WEF actually took like safety precautions when it came to their ring. But like with this ring, and like I could understand having like limited supplies or like not having that much money, but like wanting to create a company. That's me right now. I don't have any supplies. I don't have any money to really get anything for a ring. So I don't have one right now.
Have you thought about trampoline?
I've thought about trampoline, but
I think that would actually be, that's just me throwing my 2 cents in. I think that would be your best bet with a budget that you would probably have because, dude, if you look at my older matches, I grew up in a trailer. I didn't have nothing hardly. And I mean, I got lucky to get one for my birthday, but still, even if you're already working, I think it's a lot easier to come up with $300 or $400 at the most, than it is a couple of thousand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a trampoline is a whole lot easier to maintain and get a hold of than a ring is right now.
Yeah.
I would say, if I was you, it's a good way to start learning, even though the bumps, you're not going to feel them, but take bumps the right way in a trampoline and practice moves in there. And don't jump so much, because if you watch like my matches you saw, we weren't jumping all the time. We were just doing it like we were in a ring, but on the trampoline. And that would be a really good thing that I think you could do, because you could go out there and practice every day. Even if you don't have nobody, you can go out there and just practice different things with yourself. It's a good way to build your cardio up. It's a good way to help you get in shape. So that way you are more wrestling and ring ready. And then when you have like a friend come over or your brother or whatever, y'all could do a match.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just a thought. That's what I would do if I was you.
Yeah. So, okay, back to this match. But yeah, like I see where you're coming from. Like, get a trampoline and shit, just practice.
He's taking the ass, but he's staying in this like you said here.
Well, this is the Lumberjacks finisher.
Right there.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it a handful of times. I've seen him do it to other people when he had matches. You know, there was something interesting. I don't think you've ever heard this from me about Lumberjack and about Chris Nitro. Even when I met Jackal that one day for the Raging Rumble.
I'm intrigued.
So when I met Lumberjack, the last time I saw him, it wasn't when I met him. When I met him, he was real nice to me. You know, he showed respect and everything, because I guess he's seen what I've done in TBW in the beginning with Anthony. But he's like, man, I'd love to have a match with you. You think we ever could do one? I was like, dude, just ask them. If they book it, I'll do it. I'll work with you for sure. But it never happened. And then Chris Nitro said the same thing. And he always asked, Chris Nitro and Lumberjack, I don't know why. Maybe it was just because I was older. But they always came up to me and asked me, you know, what'd you think of our match? You know, when they were there and they wrestled in front of me. And I said, you did good. You did all right. This is what you could work on, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I need to do that. Yeah, I want to do that. It's like, okay. I was like, when y'all coming back? You know, well, I don't know. I guess whenever, blah, blah, blah. They never gave me straight answers, but then the day of the Raging Rumble,
That's usually how those guys were. They never really gave you any straight answers. You just kind of had to figure it out yourself.
Yeah. the day of the Raging Rumble, this was 2021, mind you, October.
Yeah.
All the WEF, we got started late. I'm sure you've seen the match. I don't know if you have, but if you
I
watch
have.
the match,
It's like night time.
yeah, it starts in the day, but it ends at night. And the
Yeah.
reason being, I showed up early. I was ready to go, but then we had some rain coming in. It was misting. It was cold. People
Yeah.
were coming, but they did not want to start because the WEF guys were running late or something. I don't know what happened, what was going on. And then they talked about for a moment that they weren't coming, but then they were coming. And I was like, if they aren't coming, let's just do with what we got right now and work it because I got to hit the road.
Yeah.
Oh, they're coming. They're coming. Okay. So finally they show up. We get started. I have to give props to a few guys. First guy I met and had an interaction with in that Rumble, because I didn't meet him face to face until we were in the Rumble, was Jackal. And
He's my favorite.
he kind of pissed me off in the beginning because I never met him and I didn't know what his character was. So I had to adapt to it as we were wrestling. But
Mhm.
I instantly started liking him because I was getting it as we were going.
Mhm.
So he's number like 5 or 6, and he comes out with his little orange shirt and a little mask and he starts
Yeah.
laughing and shit.
Yeah.
And he comes right up to me and he's just laughing. So if you watch, I give him a right hand and he does that and he starts laughing. I said, I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, motherfucker, don't you start no selling my shit. I'm like, I'm going to tag you for real. And
Yeah.
I hit him like 2 more times and then I pushed him in the corner and start stomping him. He's laughing. He gets up, he clubs me, and I do what I can to sell it. But then we got split apart. He focused on someone else. I was doing my thing. But then my receipt to him, because I didn't understand that he was no selling me, the purpose of his character,
Mhm.
There's a part where I give him a stunner. Did you ever see that stunner?
I don't think I have.
I stun the fuck out of Jackal, and he took it like a champ. He didn't. He said, "How'd that stunner look?" I was like, "Dude, it was badass." So,
Yeah.
that's where he earned my respect because he took it like a champ. But that was a receipt I gave him. And you see me stun people, but when I just decided to stun the hell out of him, see how he would take it, how he would respond. And boy, when he took it, it just looked so devastating. After this, you should pull it up for a second. It's so funny. If you like Jackal, you want to see what he. I'll look up the timestamp, but tell me about your thing with Lumberjack Rock. What's going on?
Oh, okay. Let's pull that back up here.
Yeah.
So I kick out of his finish.
Right.
Correctly.
And I will talk about why when we actually get to the ending of this match.
Famous rock boo.
He calls that.
So, like, Lumberjack,
Fitness.
He's trying to work with me, trying to figure out like what we're going to do
He's
next.
picking up souls right here.
So he
With a
knees
knee in the
me.
face. A bunch of knees used in this match by Lumberjack.
A lot of knees and punches and
now
And he
with the
goes to
arm,
working
so
my
the
leg.
right here.
And then you see me selling it.
Got that locked in deep.
So he has the ropes.
I got my hand on the rope.
Is he gonna let go?
Good ring awareness.
He got to the 4 count right there.
he come up and disqualified. He holding on to that 5 there.
But now Lumberjack's
Yeah,
utilizing
he's
the
being very
stomps.
smart holding it to that 4.
Yeah, worked out the pressure.
No.
Just absolutely dissecting Alexander Souls.
Now he's trying to figure out what
Soul's
move he's
gonna
going
do
to do
here?
next.
Can he recover
Please
from this
communicate with
beating
me.
and
Well, we
beat
don't-
Lumberjack?
And he does a Samoan
Pick him
drop.
up.
Oh no.
Can he get him
Gets
up?
me up.
We got Fireman's carrying position on the shoulders.
Whoa.
Samoan
Yeah,
drop.
that looked like it hurt. I seen that. That's
It did. It knocked the breath out of me. One thing that I really need to work on is proper positioning for the fireman's carry.
Mm-hmm.
Because like every time that I'm in the fireman's carry, I always feel like it's okay, but then I'll watch it back and I'm like, ew, my leg's hanging off.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, you just gotta learn. Yeah, that's where the trampoline can come into play and help you out.
Yeah.
This is why I'm not a competitor. If they had hit me with that, my breath would have been straight out of my lungs. I would have been down.
I agree with that.
48,
Now he's
31.
picking Souls back up.
Is that the timestamp for the stunner?
Oh, I'll give you like 2 or 3 timestamps after you're done. And I believe, because this was 2021, I believe the Rumble was after this show, I think. Or it was,
Well,
It
you said the
was-
Rumble was in October, right?
yeah. When
It
was
would have
that?
been. It would have been before. This was in November.
Okay, yeah, all right then. So yeah, the Rumble was before what you did, and
Yeah.
then after what you did is when me and Anthony had our season finale match that everybody loves so much.
Yeah.
So go ahead. I'll let you finish this, and we'll talk about it. And then if you
Now,
want to see that timestamp,
Alexander.
So he communicates with me to take a sidewalk slam. But the way that he grabbed me, I couldn't lift myself up properly because one, he only grabbed me with one arm, and two, it looked more like a takedown and felt more like a takedown rather than I'm gonna grab you and pick you up.
yeah.
So I believe that's something he's got to work on. Look at the way he.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could tell by the way he's working you. You are, and don't take this the wrong way, okay? You are
Oh, I'm not
obvious.
gonna.
You are way obviously green. You're still learning. You can
Yeah.
tell you've barely gotten your feet wet, but you've just got into this. But obviously you love it. And I'm not ashamed to say something like that because myself, if you look at the match later on, if you get bored and you want to watch part of it, the match I just uploaded, you've seen what I've done on the trampoline, but within 3 years, when I finally transitioned to the ground, that's why I called it a practice match because I was scared to death to take bumps on the ground. We were on the ground. It was the first time from the trampoline to the ground, and because the trampoline was basically it run its course, and everybody's like, let's just wrestle on the ground. Let's have some matches. And
Yeah.
we were trying, and if you watch that whole match, like I work real snug, and I'm real tight, and I'm real precise with what I do. It's part of my experience, but you could tell even within 3 years, I was like this, and you could see how off I was because I
Yeah.
was so nervous and scared. I had a new guy in the ring with me, which was one of my best friends, Josh, at the time. I explained that in the commentary, but I was also on the ground, and I didn't know what I was supposed to do on how to take a bump. So you could see I was learning. I'm not afraid to admit that this is my worst match. I think, in my personal opinion, my worst match in my career. But I posted it because I'm not afraid to show it, and I want people to see it. So if you're
Yeah.
interested to see if James Taylor had a bad match, yeah, watch that match later on. You see how bad I was. I mean, I
I've
was
had a-
okay, but
I've had a couple shitters. I think the match we're reacting to right now is a big shitter. That's just me though. If you like it, you like it, and I appreciate it.
if you could critique yourself and you can own up to what you think, that just shows your character work, like how you are. What? Come on, come on, come on. I ain't got all day. Come on, come on. Sorry. My sidekick decided he needed to be a part of this, so
Okay.
yeah. I'm a cat guy. I'm a cat dad myself. I got 3 of them. This is
Okay.
Kovu. He's my only boy. He's 5 years old, and he's a crybaby, especially when he can't find me. He's like my little lion.
He's so cute.
We got 2 girls and 1 boy, and he's the only one with pink toe beans. But the other ones aren't. Anyways,
Yeah.
continue. My bad.
Oh, you're good, man. I love cats.
Awesome.
That was a good cover.
That was a good kick out. That was a good kick out.
It was good. Yeah.
Do to him at this point.
He's trying to chop down the
That's
tree
where you
that
can
is
show ring
Alec
awareness.
Bush. That's Alexander
So-
Souls.
Oh no, he caught his leg.
So I caught the leg, and because this was the only move when it comes to ground moves that I learned
Mhm.
up to this point and almost like ever, I go back to doing that.
So here's a question for you. Okay. So
Okay.
you watch yourself from 3 years ago. You can keep it on the screen if you want while you're watching
Okay.
it. I mean, it's up to you. You do what you want. But
Okay.
while you're doing that and you watch yourself 3 years ago seeing that, do you think that if you were to step back in the ring tomorrow, you would wrestle the exact same way? Or do you feel in your heart of hearts that you've probably learned more watching matches, watching yourself and everything, that you think you'd be able to be a little bit smoother or what?
I've definitely learned a lot more. And this is why I always tell people that the match that I'm going to have with Lucy up to this point will be the best match that I've ever had in my backyard wrestling career. Because like I said, we practiced some stuff. We even practiced moves that I never thought that I would take or do. And they looked really good.
Mhm.
They
Okay.
felt good too.
Well, I mean, I guess we'll see whenever you do it for sure. And if you feel more confident in yourself,
I
that's
also want to
great.
give WEF credit. At the beginning of last year, in January 2023,
Mhm.
they had actually thought about bringing WEF back because they had been shut down for a little over half a year by that point. So
Yeah.
they got all the guys together, and we went over there, and we actually recorded a show.
Really?
We recorded an entire show where do you remember the gimmick that I had, the Dark Messiah gimmick?
Yeah.
The show that we recorded was going to be my first match as the Dark Messiah, and I was going to be facing him, but he was under a new gimmick of Daniel Hayes.
Oh, okay.
So I was supposed to be facing him. So we recorded an entire show, and let me tell you, before and after the show, I practiced like a shit ton. I practiced my new finisher. I was finally able to practice corner moves. I practiced submissions. Even Chris taught me different like reversals and stuff and grapples. So I learned a shit ton that day. So I know we recorded an entire show, but because that show was never posted, I consider that day one giant training session.
Well, where's the footage?
Nowhere. They don't have it anymore.
They deleted it?
The only footage that ever exists is a 2.5 minute clip that Chris sent me after we did the show. I have to find it real quick. If you want to see it, I could show you.
Has it got you in it?
It does have me in it, yes.
Okay. And this was when again?
This was January of 2023, so almost 2 years ago.
Oh, okay. And like, how long was it between the last match you had and that day?
About 8 months.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna actually pull that up real quick. We're gonna watch that. It's a 2.5 minute clip. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay.
2 minutes and 28 seconds. So we're gonna pull that up. This is, as far as I know, the only existing footage of that match.
Gotcha.
So this is what he sent me. This was me making my entrance. I was finishing up my entrance. This was 2 years ago. There's Jackal.
Okay, y'all were outside, huh?
Yeah, they had built the ring outside and shit. So there's Jackal as the ref. This is back when I had red hair.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, there's more audio. So I finished my Well, then Daniel Hayes, who is Elijah,
Oh, him again? Lumberjack again?
Lumberjack again. Because here's the thing. My entire WEF career, Elijah always felt like he was the perfect opponent for me. But do you want me to tell you who I always thought was the perfect opponent for me?
Who?
Destroyer.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because me and him clicked very well. And even he has like texted me on Snapchat, like asking to get back in the ring because he wants to fucking do this with me. He thinks me and him should run this shit back and do another match. And I agree. I think we would click very well.
So what was the purpose of this happening? Like, why did he feel that y'all needed to have a match again together? Or was this, was he trying to fuck with you again or what?
I genuinely don't know. Like I said, this was just a show, and you know, I'm debuting under this new gimmick again, the Dark Messiah. So
Yeah.
they're like, who would be a good opponent? Who would make him look strong? Oh, I know, Elijah.
Oh,
Elijah
okay.
does not ever make me look strong. I'm just gonna say that right now.
Yeah, yeah. All right, let's see what happens.
Like I said, this is only 2.5 minutes long, so not a lot happened in this video. It's just
Well,
like the start of a match.
That's sad. So it's not even the full match?
Not even the full match, sadly.
I see. This is some behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, we're getting in depth with the behind the scenes stuff. This is footage that doesn't even exist on YouTube.
There you go.
I want a good, clean fight, guys. You ready? You ready? Ring the
I
bell.
ain't even wearing shoes.
Woo! In the ring with, what was it? Oh, yeah, the Dark Messiah. Oh, I meant Messiah.
Yeah, there he is mocking you.
That's what it was. Woo! Woo! I feel good tonight. I've had me a jug of moonshine and I'm ready to kick some ass. Oh, good job.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we lock up, and then I break it,
Oh!
and he's like, "Fuck, you have enough strength to break out of my lockup?"
No way.
So then we lock up again, and this is where the match actually gets started. He gets me in the corner.
2. Come on, get out of the corner. 3. 4.
He gets me with a forearm. And then he does that signature knee strike. And hits me with a bulldog.
Uh-huh.
1, 2. Kick out at 2.
And who was recording this?
Chris.
Off his phone?
Okay.
Damn.
So,
That's all there was, huh?
yeah, that's all it was. So, technically speaking, that's really the last match that I had.
Wow. Well, I mean, you did wrestle the whole match. You could consider that like a dark match, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I've had a handful of dark matches, actually, now that I think about it. There was a match that I had with it was another match that I had with Daniel Hayes for the TBW Welterweight Championship.
Oh, really?
He put his title up on the line.
Huh.
I didn't win.
So have you ever beaten him?
I
Or
have
was-
I have defeated Swamp Man twice,
Okay.
but like when it comes to Lumberjack or Daniel Hayes, no.
Huh.
It's only Swamp Man.
When we look at this Rumble thing, I'm going to give you a couple of timestamps because I want to know your reaction to them. And
You want to do that right now, and we can go back to this?
yeah, if you want to, it's up to you. Unless you want to
Okay,
finish
bet.
this match.
Bet. So do I go to TBW?
Yeah, go to TBW, and it's the Raging Rumble. It's actually All Hallows Mania event. I'll show you. You go to their page, I guess.
Okay. I got to go down a little bit.
Yeah, you go down a little bit. It's not far, but just, yeah, go on down. Keep going. It's the All Hallows Mania. Keep going. Not that one.
I'm getting there.
Actually, go down a little bit more because there's a season finale. It's that left.
This is my match that I did.
Yeah, that's your match.
Right
that
here?
one right there. Yep. Now, I want you to go. We're going to do a couple of timestamps. So you can go ahead and click on it if you want. Go to 46:17. And if you full screen, it's easier to find. But 46:17. And I want to see your reaction to this whole little segment and tell me if this looks like an epic spot to you. Because a lot of people see this exact spot and they're like, wow, that's a moment right there. Because for a very brief moment, we had an epic little triple threat right here. Watch
All right.
this. It's going to be like 2 minutes long. Let's watch it. I just want you to watch it And then when I say pause it, and then I want to know your reaction to it or your thoughts on it.
All right, give me just a second, and I will play it.
You're fine. You're fine. And then I'll get the next spot ready.
Okay, so this entire segment right here, let me just play that.
Yeah, actually play it, and we'll watch all the way up until Jackal comes out, and you'll see the beginning part with my interaction with Jackal. So this is the number 4 entrant coming out, and then the number 5 entrant is Jackal. But what I want to know is what your thoughts are on this.
Damn, this babyface Ledger.
Get the man behind the paint. Get it.
Wait a minute. Oh
There's
my
your
God,
moment right there.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Oh, wait, that step up into Guri was beautiful.
Watch it.
James Taylor off of his feet, and he's on.
Dude, Ledger is very athletic, bro. He's very agile.
This is the only interaction I had with him in the ring.
Like ever?
Yeah, ever. This is the only only time on screen that anybody has ever seen me and Ledger. Obviously with Anthony, but me and Ledger. So you can see the size difference between me and him.
Yeah.
I my God, Mr. Cross. I don't know what the hell that was, but look out! Clothesline by Ledger. James Taylor.
Get down.
Pushed him up. Taylor falls down.
Mr. Cross, have you ever thought about joining mariachi?
I'm paying attention to this Razor Rumble.
Wait, so hang on. So he was number 4.
Right.
Who was number 3?
Number 3 was 2 individuals, technically. It was the Morpheus and Morphine, the green suit, the purple suit, which is Titan, which was Titan and Party Animal.
So you and James, you and Anthony were 1 and 2?
Yeah, I was number 1, and Anthony was number 2.
Anthony's still with those. No, still. Oh, look out, look out, look out.
Oh my goodness.
They collide. It's a sandwich.
Oh,
Look out. There's the top loaf to go with it. Extra spicy.
Anthony's still currently in control of this All Hallows Mania match.
Oh my goodness. Now we know what to talk about. Thanks.
For the Raging Rumble match.
Indeed, let's go.
A Raging Rumble at All Hallows Mania. I don't know what he was doing to me right here, too.
Looks like he's wrenching the arm. Like it's picking you apart.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that mat was really slippery because it had rained some, and it was a little bit sprinkling while we were out there. So that mat was real slippery.
But there's only so much they can do. They even put down talent.
Oh, my God. What an insecurity. Took down Diablo. Diablo down. This is the fucking. Can he get him out here, Ross? He's got him under the roof.
I hated how their way of eliminating was it could be anywhere through the ropes. So now it's my turn.
Whoa, it's over the top, bro.
Yeah.
Over the top, both feet touch the floor.
I hated those turnbuckles.
Yeah, me too.
All right, here comes one of your buddies.
It's Tyler.
Yeah, here's my moment with, because I didn't know who the hell he was. I didn't know anything about him.
Hey! That reminds me. You want to know what's funny?
Huh.
My very first time meeting Tyler also took place in a Rumble match.
That's interesting. Well, watch what happens right here.
SWAT team, get the FBI. The Madhouse is loose.
And then I'll tell you to pause it, and I'll get the next timestamp for you.
We need the CIA. We need the
So he comes up, Double Axe handles me, and he's laughing in my face. I said, "Fuck you!" Hit him, and he starts no-selling me. I'm like, "Don't do that."
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get you in a minute, buddy. So I just wanted to see what he would do. Okay. I'm gonna find that. You can pause it now if you want. Let me find that spot. Just give me just a second. Oh, hello, mister. Get off me. The first time I was on screen with Titan, he decided to try and jump me, and then I stunned the shit out of him. Okay, here's a spot real quick. All right. This might make you feel good. So go to 5847.
5847.
Yeah, so this is about 10 minutes later. I'm still in the Rumble. You can do it right there if you want. Yep. And watch this whole spot. He's like, fuck you, James. I start stomping his fucking chest in, and then watch what I do to Anthony. And I want you to rate it.
This match and headlining season finale once again.
Here he goes.
Right after Jake
Damn,
Taylor
they're whooping
wants
your
that
ass.
problem. These two men used
He kicked him.
You love rolling?
I low blowed both of them. Right leg, left leg.
These two men used
Oh, okay.
And then watch this. He's yelling, fuck you to me. I'm like, oh yeah, fuck me.
Ganged on. Well, he just got ganged on by Titan Diallo.
Oh, yeah.
Titan right here.
Like, you like that? I'm choking him. And then I start choking Anthony.
I'm still paying attention to Ledger. He came
And then now this part right here.
Who did Mr.
Right-
Taylor and so did
right-
Mr. Steele. We can't
right-
ignore those.
Rate
Number
the
one and number two.
stunner you're about to see.
Okay, bet.
One and number two.
The one on
contenders
Anthony?
Are still in this
Yeah.
matchup, and Ledger still in this matchup.
Ooh, but Titan going right
What
up.
is Atomic Titan wearing, first of all?
I have no idea. It was his little get up for the day.
Chief Taylor pushing him off.
Oh, stop!
Damn! I get that stunner. I think the sell could have been done a little better.
And Chief Taylor
All right.
pushing him off.
Oh,
You're going to love this now. Okay, so you think the sell could have been better?
I think the sell could have been better. I'd give that a 7 out of 10.
All right. I want you to rate this next stunner. Okay. Go to 10101. All right, right
Oh,
there's
that's right
perfect.
here.
All right, watch this and let me see your reaction and what you think.
Has been stopped. They already just cut the cord to the stereo.
Oh, I can tell you're about to fuck this
Like
man up.
something that allowed him to take a back
You
shot.
remember he was no selling me?
Bridge is
Yeah.
falling down.
Watch how I turn him around. Said, hey.
And Ledger going at it. We got Jericho and
Damn! Bro, you really went down.
I pulled his ass down and I missed him. He went down too quick. I said, come here. Down. He felt all 220 pounds on my shoulder right in his chin.
I give
That's
that
a-
a solid 9 out of 10.
Yeah. So there was that, and that's it for that show. You know, that's it that I got right there. But I just wanted you to see that stunner and see what you thought of it.
Don't go to my playlist. Go to history.
That was a pretty devastating stunner.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Okay, so back to this match. Okay. You can see that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope he
If
puts
it
it.
isn't broken, don't fix
I
it.
hope he puts him.
I
in
get him
submission
up,
here
and I try to
like
figure
that.
out, like,
Bring
hey,
him into the corner.
what am I going to do? So I get him in the corner,
Ooh, kicks to the gut.
Mhm.
stomp him a few
Kicks to the
times.
gut.
This is a corner move I
Must be
taught myself.
effective to lumberjack.
All right. So
some sort of
I got a question about it. Do you like? What do you mean by you taught yourself?
You know, like, I got him in the corner. I don't just want to punch him because, A,
Yeah.
I don't want to risk hurting him because I don't know how to throw a work punch.
Uh huh.
B, I don't really know any corner moves, so let me just
Kick.
kick him, you know?
All right. So
I don't kick him too hard.
But you are aware of what you're doing right there, right? And why it looks.
I am, yes.
Why it looks silly, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you plan on doing that again? I hope not.
Maybe, but I might add more to it. Like,
No.
Give
Don't
it-
even slap the leg. I'm gonna teach you right now. I can
no,
teach
no,
you
no.
without
I'm
showing
not, I'm not gonna like slap the leg, but I feel like, you know, if I like,
All you
I don't
got to
know.
do when you put that foot up to kick him, at the same time, you jump with your left leg and stomp your left leg as you do it. It's like you're putting both feet down, but the right foot's going into his gut while the left foot's going into
yeah.
the floor.
Plus, the way that I'm doing the kicks, like I'm almost doing like a side kick.
Right. Must be
You
effective.
see that?
to-
Yeah.
I feel like if I were to do kicks, I would go in front of them and kind of do like the stone cold kicks to the midsection, you know?
Yeah, I mean, haven't you seen mine? My mud hole stomps.
Yeah, I have.
I mean, that's literally
Lumberjack.
all you'd have to do.
We're down lumberjack.
So Lumberjack
Not turn your back on Lumberjack.
goes to the
Alexander
corner
Souls.
again.
Stay on it.
So I'm
Stay
like,
on it.
Yep, this is what
Okay.
he needs to do. Stay on him.
let me fucking do
Go
it
for
again.
This is what he needs to do. Yes. If, definitely.
So, okay. So I'm looking at the stomps, and I know what I'm going to get rid of.
What?
But what I'm going to change, I'm going to completely get rid of the leg slap. That looks childish.
Mhm.
I'm going to not do it from the side. I'm going to do it from the front.
Right.
And as you said, like stomp with my left leg as I connect the stomp with the right.
So a good way to look at that. Let's do a comparison, okay?
Okay.
So leave it right there. You've seen how you do your stomps there.
Mhm.
Go to my channel, just the main channel, and it's the very first video, and I'll give you a timestamp for a mud hole
Alright.
stomp.
Give me just a second.
Uh-huh.
So you said it's the latest video?
No, just go to click on Taft Taylor where you bring up the whole channel, and then it'll be my main trailer channel. It'll be my my main trailer video. It's Epic Fatal 4-Way.
So I'm on your channel right now.
Oh, go to home.
Home.
There you go. See that? Oh, go down. Well, shit. Never mind. All right. Just go. See, I'm not used to looking at it from another channel's perspective. I'm used to looking at it through my channel. So go down. Actually, go to videos again. My bad. Just go to videos. All right. Go ahead and scroll down. I know which one it is. It's the one that says Epic Fatal 4-Way. It's not too far down. Go down a little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more.
I'm reading the titles as I go down.
Yeah. Epic Fatal 4-Way right there.
Wait, this one? This one?
Yeah, that one.
I've watched that one before.
I know you've watched it, but go to the timestamp 2:23. All right, so watch this. Now watch what I do and tell me what you see. Don't be afraid to hit them.
Don't be afraid to hit him?
Don't be afraid. I'm not stomping him hard. I'm pulling back on it because I'm not trying to cave his chest in, but I'm touching him. I'm touching him while I do it because you want contact.
Yeah. That Anthony Steele.
Yep. Tell me, what do you think of this back elbow? Obviously, Anthony's bigger than me, but I put my force into this. What do you think of this back elbow?
You know, I've thought about adding the back elbow to my arsenal. Because I watched a video on how to do it, and it's pretty fucking simple.
Yeah, I mean, you could just watch what I do. All right, so if you look at something you can rewind it real quick. Yeah, right there. If you watch, tell me if you notice anything I do right before I do it.
James Taylor, Anthony still in the ring. James Taylor.
Yeah, so what I told him, now here's where the ventriloquism comes in. I go up to him, and as I Irish whip him, I'm like, watch for a back elbow. And he's like, okay, and I'm throwing him. So that whole time where you see me whipping him, I'm telling him, I'm going to give you a back elbow. All right, he comes back, and when I do that, that's my signal saying, here it comes. So
kind of like how Randy Orton does the clap before he does the power
I
slam.
even do it with my shoulder taps too. You know, like whenever I'm getting a shoulder tackle or whatever. Like if I tell you, like if I whip you, I'm gonna like shoulder tackle me, and then when you come back, you're gonna see me go. Now, when you see the hand, that hand is the signal where I want you to hit me too. So if I hit over here on this shoulder, I want you to aim for that part. That's where you're going to learn psychology in the ring. That's a lot it's like a whole new world when you really open your eyes to it because you don't think about that. But when you see that, it's like, I want you to touch me here. I want you to touch me here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, you get me right here. You're going to get me in that arm bar. Okay, when you see me do that, that means I'm about to counter it. Okay? You ever see them wrestlers go, they're like, oh, shit. And then they do it, right?
Yeah.
That's like sign language. So if I was to throw you, anybody throws you, not a lot of guys do it, but a lot of old school wrestlers do. That's how they communicate in the ring, even without talking on some moves. I would tell you, because I did it with Jack Delta to test him, and he understood. But when you throw it, I'm just like, hit me, and then boom, he shoulder tackled me right where I wanted him to hit me. Because if I wanted him to hit me here, he'd have to pivot a different way. Right there, that was a saying like, here it comes, bow. This is my
Yeah.
placement where I'm at, and that's why I did that. Boom, and did it. So
Yeah.
just the little things. The little things sometimes matter the most.
He took the bump nice.
Yeah, I love the sound. Now I want to see what. Fast forward. Actually, just keep it right here. I want to know what you think of this old school eye rake I do. You should do something like this. Some shit I think you would do. Watch it right here. It comes up. So Gabe's gonna get in the ring. We're gonna talk a little bit. He's gonna stomp. I'm gonna stomp, but then I'm gonna eye rake him with my leg.
I agree. He sucks. He sucks.
And watch the stomping. See how he stomps? Watch his left leg. See the left leg? Watch me.
Yeah.
Same thing, right? Now watch this eye rake.
Oh. Okay. I have a question.
Yeah.
That looks pretty simple to do.
It is simple to do, actually.
Do you just put like your shin up against them and just stomp?
So that's actually all you do. So if you like rewind it for a second, and you can see it one more time. What I'm doing is I'm grabbing him by the hair. I mean, if he don't have hair, he's bald. Just grab him by the back of his head and put your leg. What I'm doing, I'm putting the force to make it look devastating. So I'm literally holding his hair and putting him up against my shin. He already had an idea of what I was going to do, and you can react off of the stomping and everything, because those stomps is what sells everything too. So whenever I did that, all I did was I let go of his hair as I stomped. Like I slammed my foot straight down, like I'm putting my foot down. Boom. That's all I did. Watch it again. You'll see. You'll get the idea. That's all it was. It wasn't, I didn't hurt him at all. But he sold it to make it look like I did something. That right there, little bit of effort can make something look so meaningful. And that's something that's ring psychology. And him being able to read off of that and sell it made it to where it all works together. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just the little things like the elbow, shoulder tackles, and eye rake with my shin. Just the little things.
Yeah. So is that it for this match?
Oh, yeah.
Is there anything
Other
else you
than what'd you think of the eye rake at the beginning at 223? What'd you think of that eye rake? The thumb to the eye, really. 223, a little thumb, or 222, whatever. Right here. I'm playing heel right here. Okay, timeout. I'm sorry.
That's Randy Orton right there.
That's actually a Ric Flair, Triple H type thing. Randy Orton learned it from him, obviously. But do you know what I did to do that? Did you see? You can't say.
Didn't you like poke him here?
Okay, so I went so fast, it looks like I'm poking him, but what I'm really doing, say this is your eyes, this is your face, right?
Okay.
What the move looks like I'm doing is this, right to your eye, right?
Yeah.
What I'm really doing is just stomping, and this is all you're seeing.
Oh, okay.
But very fast, so it looks like, but to the naked eye and to everybody watching, it's like, oh shit, he got him with a thumb to the eye. All I did was barely tap him on the forehead. That's all I did.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you gotta know how to pull back, and that also works with working punches, how to pull a punch, how to do punches. Because you gotta, if anybody was to teach you how to do punches, it'd be me, but I'd have to be there physically in person to show you. So it's really hard to explain without showing you. But yeah, that's basically it, unless there's anything else you're curious about or wanting to know.
All right, so we're going to go back to what I was presenting.
There you go.
All right.
Wait, he blocks that one. Lumberjack did, and he comes back. Oh, what a knee!
Did he stay on the opposition?
DDT.
Goodness.
DDT there.
Well, like at this point in the match, we're just trying to figure out how to like work with
Lumberjack
each
right
other.
here.
Yeah.
Elbow.
Obviously we got to do a few more moves before we get to the actual finish.
Apparently,
Here's what I didn't like about TBW's ring. Okay, obviously you know a lot of this because you've wrestled in this ring a lot, but that platform on top of that ring post
Yeah.
is what they used to jump off of, and it was the only turnbuckle that you could jump off of. And the reason they had that platform was because these ropes were so thin and so fragile that you couldn't jump off them normally, otherwise they'd snap.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lumberjack is.
The lumberjack is climbing up to
He
the
has
top.
lots of one. He's going up.
What he's
going on
doing.
top.
He's going up to the
When we talk
He's
about
gonna go for.
Look out.
They're gonna.
Can we talk about his splashes for a second? He needs to work on that technique.
Yeah.
Because like when going to do a splash, and this is coming from somebody who's never done a splash, so like technically I have no room to speak. But like when going to do a splash, if it's like a frog splash, I learned this from a YouTube video. What you want to do is you want to do the splash, but you want to land on your knees a little, kind of like that.
Yeah.
And as you do that, bring yourself down and let your elbows hit the canvas. That way,
Yeah.
like, your body is barely hitting them, but, like, to the viewer, it looks like you just landed on.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
I think he needs to work on that because not only does his technique look bad, but if you watch closely,
They're gonna.
his entire body weight hits you.
Well, I mean, sometimes that can happen though,
It
because
can
you can't
happen,
control
yeah.
all of your core, and wrestling is a contact sport, so you can expect, physicality, which is normal. That's where the bumps come in and all that stuff too.
Yeah.
So I mean, that right there, I mean, that just looked like, I mean, it ain't no different than with what Max Chaos was doing with me, and I've had people splash me and all that, but if it ends up being something that's kind of like, that didn't seem right. That shouldn't have hurt me as bad as it did. I feel like he's trying to fuck me over or something. That's
Yeah.
that's where communication in the ring needs to come in, and you need to tell him like, dude, back off. You're hurting me. You're getting a little rough. Slow down.
Yeah.
And then when, just like an old head used to say, if somebody tells you to slow down, you probably need to slow down more than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you feel like you're going too slow, you still need to slow down.
Yeah.
So that's what obviously I would have told him if that was me and I was you and he did that, and I feel like he's trying to fuck me over and I'm new. It's like, dude, I'm learning here, but don't do that. I would tell him, like, you need to slow down, man. You're going too fast on me and you're hurting me. I'm not ready for this. I'm ready, but I'm not ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's where you'll have experience because you dealt with this and you feel the way you feel about it now. You know what to expect for next time. So you can be like, okay, hey, don't do that again because you're going to get something. You're going to get something back.
Yeah.
Just like I did Jackal, I showed you something as simple as a stunner. He no-sold me. I said, don't no-sell me, buddy. I'm like, I get your character, but I don't. I'm like, don't no-sell me. And throughout the match for the next 10 minutes, he kind of no-sold every once in a while. And I said, okay, you got a receipt coming. And then, bam, I hit him with that stunner. I don't know if I made him bite his tongue, but you saw what I did. I knocked the shit out of him.
Yeah. Yeah. If you'll give me just a second, I'm going to go grab something to eat real quick.
Okay. Well, hey, I've only actually got like 7% of my phone left. So how about I back out for right now and you continue, and I'll plug it in and I'll come into the comments and talk with you for a few minutes.
All right, bet. But yeah, chat. I'm going to go get something to eat. I'm still going to be live, but just give me a couple minutes. James Taylor will still be here, but he will be in the chat. So for now, bye, James Taylor. Thanks for coming on the stream and like telling me this stuff and having me react to some of your stuff and actually learning some stuff like the eye rake, both on the ground and the little tap.
Well, I hope that it does help you, for sure. And if you're still interested, I'll be in the chat. And if you feel like when you're done showing your stuff, if you've got a little extra, I don't know, if you feel like looking at any of my match I just posted where I sucked real bad, I wouldn't mind seeing you react to that too. Okay, but I'll let you go, and I'll talk to you in a little bit.
All right, see you, my man. All right, now chat. I'm gonna still be here. I'm gonna still react, but I'm gonna stop my cam and get me something to eat real quick. I'll be right back in just a couple of minutes. All right, chat. We're back. Okay. So at this point in the match,
elbow drop right
he
there.
hits a splash. And not even kidding, that splash like legitimately like knocked the wind out of me. Like he landed on me, and I know you can't hear it, but he landed on me, and I literally went poof, like he literally knocked the air out of me. Like whenever he pinned me immediately after, obviously like I couldn't tell him to just like get the fuck off me, but I was on the ground and I'm like, I'm kicking out at 2, and you better get the fuck off me because I couldn't fucking breathe for like a couple seconds.
How did he kick out of that?
A shot on the face of Mr. Lumberjack after he escaped from that pin.
I tell you what, Alexander Soul's been taking a beating from the get-go, and he's taking it. He's going to try to dish out some offense if he can, that is.
He's back. He looks like he's looking for attention.
So this right here was a spot that we practiced before the match. Finally, me and Elijah practiced a spot before the match. Can you believe it? Elijah never practices anything before matches. He practices moves, but never when to do them. You know? So that was a spot that we practiced. And you can see where he communicates with me. I'll go back a little bit. Hang on.
Got some offense if he can, that is.
When he holds out his arm, that's when he communicates with me to do the spot that we practiced. So I'm like, okay.
He's back. He looks
We're
like
gonna
he's
test
looking
the
for
strength.
I'm not sure.
And then he fakes me out
Kick right there to the gut, and another
and delivers a couple
for knee.
kicks.
Oh, what's he? Oh, it just throws
Then
him
just
down.
throws me down.
just absolute dominance.
And now he's picking him up.
So now he's picking me up.
Again.
Ooh, shot to the head.
Shot didn't even connect, but I had to sell it anyway.
Oh, he blocks it. Oh,
Ooh, a shot of his
Souls
own.
with the.
So then I start to rally.
Now takes him to the
I get him in a corner.
What's he doing? He's lining
And I'm
up.
like,
He's sizing him up.
let me go for a corner, clothesline.
Oh, beautiful close.
That's another thing I want to work on. I know how I want to work on it too. I know what to change. I know what to do. But the corner clothesline is definitely a move I want to start working on.
Close on into the corner right there by Souls. So what's he gonna do?
Lining him up again. And
Another one.
Don't go to the well too many times, Souls. You'll regret it.
Absolutely, but it seems like it hasn't broken yet, so he's not going to.
So the ending sequence is coming up, and I hate this ending.
Fix it. Oh, a kick to the.
So before we actually get to the ending, I just want to say this. A little bit ago, when James was still on here, Lumberjack did his finisher, the timber. I kicked out of it. This finish is why I kicked out of it. Let's watch the finish.
The hamstring.
Using them kicks there.
What's he doing here?
Moving up. Looks like he's. Oh, right to that.
Took a little too much time to grab air.
So he bashes my head on the turnbuckle. By the way, didn't even know he was going to do that. Elijah, communication is key. And you suck at communicating. So he bashes my head off the top turnbuckle, and I didn't even know he was going to do it.
Now Lumberjack working over.
Then I block another shot because he tells me to. And for whatever reason, he's pointing at the turnbuckle.
Again.
So I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? So I assume he's like, hey, get the ref to come over. Because this was the finish that we had talked about.
He's telling him to come on. He's distracting the ref. Wait.
It was the roll-up.
1, 2, 3.
That was literally the dumbest finish ever. Because here's why. Here's why they did that finish. Here's why they had me lose to a roll-up. Okay? It's because of the next match that I'm going to be reacting to on this. It's my most favorite match. The match that I had with Destroyer. Okay? They did not want me losing to a finisher leading up to my match with Destroyer. Okay? They wanted me to lose to a roll-up because they thought it would make me look strong. Making me look strong does not mean to also make me look fucking stupid. Okay? I would have much rather taken a fall to your finisher. Because, look, I'm just going to say this right now. There are ways to have me lose to a finisher without losing to one finisher. You can hit me with a finisher. Say I kick out at one. I'm not making your move look weak. Okay? I'm looking strong, but I'm keeping your move credible. I'm fighting back. So then we fight a little bit. You hit me with the finisher again. I kick out at 2 this time. Again, not making your finisher look weak. I'm making me look strong, and I'm still making your move look credible. I'm fighting back. Then we fight a little bit more. And you're like, okay, let me hit you with my finisher a third time. So you do the finisher a third time. Then I stay down, and I don't kick out. You win off a finisher. I look strong because I kicked out of 2. And your move still looks strong because it still defeated me. Proper way to do it. Proper way to do it. Okay? Instead, he said, nah, let's do the roll-up spot. Okay, cool. Whatever. You can say it's making me look strong. That did not make me look strong at all. It made me look stupid more than anything. Because that's when you think of this match, that's all you can think of. Is that fucking dumbass finish. Okay? That's all you could think of. That finish was stupid, completely unnecessary, and I just don't understand why he thought that was a good idea. But then again, he did a lot of dumbass shit that he thought was a good idea. Anyway, let's get back to it.
Lumberjack has won.
That distraction just caused.
It just cost him right there.
And
Alexander Souls distracted himself.
Alexander Souls was duped by his own mistake.
Lumberjack is going to the finals.
That is inexperience, folks.
So then I have a post-match promo.
Revolution, like me, doesn't lose.
So before I actually play the promo, I want to say TBW gave me a topic. Kinda. Not really. So when I'm cutting this promo, you know, I'm trying to stay on track. You know, I'm trying to stay focused. But in the back of my mind, I'm literally like, I don't know what the fuck to say. I'm just saying shit, you know? Because I'm running out of shit to say. Because all they said as the topic was, you're going to talk about how you lost the Lumberjack, and then Destroyer's going to come in, interrupt you, and then after Destroyer interrupts you, then you say something about how he's gonna lose because Gage Flair is not there, and Gage Flair is the only person who can help him to a victory in the triple threat match. So that, okay, solid. But you don't tell me what to talk about before Destroyer interrupts. All you said was talk about how you lost the Lumberjack. And that's it.
Lumberjack, you may have gotten away this time. You ain't getting away next time. All right? So when a Revolution like me steps into the ring with anybody else, what are you doing here?
You're such a
So, like, I'm just rambling. I'm saying just random shit, okay? Then Destroyer steps in. And trust me, when he steps in and then I switch my attention over to him, I'm literally thinking in my head, thank God. Because I'm running out of shit to say. I don't know what to say. And I'm like, hurry the fuck up, you know?
a Revolution that you lost to another stick that is built exactly like you. See, you just lost your match. I just won mine. How does that make you feel?
You may have won your previous match, but trust me, you're helpless tonight in that triple threat main event. You have no chance without Gage Flair.
I don't need him. I'm the second best thing.
We'll see about that.
What did you say? I don't need him. I'm the second best thing.
No chance without Gage Flair.
I don't need him. I'm the second best thing.
Yeah, I think that's what he said. I'm the second best thing. Okay. So you credit yourself as being second best. One thing that I was always told in promos is never admit that your opponent or anybody is better than you, because it makes you look weak. But Destroyer just said he's the second best. Okay. All right.
We'll see about that.
Well, I said we'll see about that because I didn't understand what the fuck he said. But I'm looking back at it now. I'm the second best thing. Yeah, bitch. And I'm the first. Okay, so let's talk about this match. By the way, this has been going on for a long time. So I'm going to change the title. Again. So this is part 2 of behind the scenes insight into my backyard wrestling matches. This will be the last match that we react to. Okay, unless James Taylor gets on here and he wants me to react to some other stuff, this will be the last match that we react to. This match that we are about to react to, not even kidding, my favorite match so far out of my entire backyard wrestling career. my most favorite match. Okay. So, hang on. I'm eating what's left of this. Okay, there we go. It's on. So, we did a match. It's a post-match promo. Pre-match promo. WEF gives me a topic. They say, hey, we need a promo for Showdown. So they give me a topic, tell me what to talk about. So I said, bet, I got you. At the beginning of the promo, you can kind of tell a little bit that I didn't really know what the fuck I was saying. But the more I kept going, the more I got on track, the more I got on topic. So you can kind of tell. I'm going to turn this up just a little bit.
Hello, WEF. Welcome to Showdown. You know what that means? My big match with Destroyer is tonight. That's right, Destroyer. You call yourself the Red Kingdom. I call myself the Revolution.
But yeah, you can kind of tell, like, I'm unsure, like, what to say. Like, I'm saying the most basic, generic shit. You call yourself the Red Kingdom. Well, I call myself the Revolution. Like, I'm saying probably the most basic shit that you could think of.
Well, your theme song says, welcome to the Red Kingdom. Trust me when I say, when you step in the ring with me, it's not welcome to the Red Kingdom, it's welcome to the Revolution.
So, like, yeah, I keep saying, like, generic shit, and, like, the promo ain't really connecting. But I think it's here where I actually start thinking of, like, shit to say. So this is where I actually, like, get on track. You can kind of notice the change a little bit.
Right? I can guarantee one thing, Destroyer. Me and you stepping into that ring later tonight with that Intercontinental Championship on the line, that's the only thing that's on my mind, is that title. And you know, well, you should know, that when a man like me has gold on his mind, he'll do whatever it takes to get it.
Like, you can kind of see, like, where my mindset changes just a little bit, and I actually start to get on track of, like, what the promo's supposed to be talking about.
So, Destroyer.
And I'm not just saying, like, generic shit anymore.
You're in trouble, my friend. And the Revolution will be made.
You know, solid delivery, I think. Just me personally. Yeah.
Picture me without you, but I can't, 'cause we could be immortals.
Welcome to WEF Showdown.
So let's talk about his entrance. So in part 1, there was a match that I had against Swamp Man, where I said that at the time that was the most badass entrance that I've had. Then we go to this match. Okay? I decided that I would get in Destroyer's head. Okay? So what I did, and I'll pull it up here. So what I did was, I want to say like a few days or maybe even like a week before we were actually supposed to record this match, I made myself up a little theme song. Okay? Custom theme song. I have to find it again. Right, yeah. So I'm going to pull that up right now. We're going to stop sharing that. And what we are going to share is this. So you can see my cursor. This video right here. Custom Destroyer or Custom WEF Destroyer and Alexander Souls tag team theme. The reason I titled it that is because I didn't want to make it seem like, you know, something was up. And this was before I had actually renamed the channel to like my wrestling name. I still had this channel called AG Gaming, you know. So I made this and I was like, hey, you know, this is a custom tag team theme. Like I said, this aired or this video was uploaded before the show. So, you know, like I was like, hey, you know, maybe if I upload this and I say it's like a custom, you know, tag team theme in some fucking fantasy world where Destroyer and Alexander are like a team, you know, that'll look good. So I created this theme song, uploaded it, and I sent them the link and I said, I want you to use this as my theme song, okay? I want you to use this. I think it'll be good. I think it'll get me some heel heat because at the time, no, I wasn't even really a heel. For whatever reason, they had me doing heel shit even though Destroyer was the heel, I think. For whatever reason, they had me do heel shit, but I was the face. So they kind of had me as a tweener, you know, doing bad things to bad people. That's how I define a tweener, doing bad things to bad people. Because I had come out and interfered in a match with Destroyer. I didn't put my hands on anybody, but I distracted them. My music played, I came out, and I distracted them. And that caused him to lose. So, like, you know, I'm doing bad things to bad people. So that is my, you know, I'm a tweener. So I uploaded that. Now, let's go back to the match. Okay. Let's go back to the match.
Everybody. Tonight we have an awesome lineup of matches. We have the Revolution taking on the Red Kingdom Destroyer for the Intercontinental Championship. This has been a match everyone's been waiting for. So let's see who walks out tonight with the Intercontinental Championship.
So like it transitions from his song into mine, and when it transitions is when I come out.
Thinking about this match, Russ?
Dude, look, I was hoping so bad that they would mention the fucking theme song on commentary, but they did not do that until my entrance was almost over. But let's start this entrance over because I want to talk about how badass this entrance was, you know.
Welcome to WEF Showdown, everybody. Tonight we have an awesome lineup of matches. We have the Revolution taking on the Red Kingdom Destroyer for the Intercontinental Championship. This has been a match everyone's been waiting for. So let's see who walks out tonight with the Intercontinental Championship. So how you thinking about this match, Russ?
Ghostface.
Just watch the entrance.
This man here was also in the welterweight tournament, taking on Lumberjack.
It's sad it ended like that.
Yeah, but things happen, I guess. Lumberjack did pick up the victory, and he also ended up winning the entire tournament.
So you can hear, like, my theme song's still playing, but then you can hear Destroyer.
I don't know.
Maybe like just for a little bit. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Just for a little bit, I'll actually play that song that I custom made. So you can go to my channel. It's here on my channel. And it's this one. I'm thinking about changing the title. But no, I don't lock my own video.
Check Nina.
But like, Destroyer's Red
Kansas
Kingdom
City.
starts playing.
You ready? You ready?
3, 2, 1, go! Welcome to
So then it transitions into my theme song, okay? Well, like, you know, this is my theme song. I'm coming out to the ring. And you can hear Destroyer's Red Kingdom, like in the background behind the track. I edited this, okay? I put the two songs together, I mashed it, and I edited it, okay? And I want to say, Chris Nitro was the cameraman for the match, okay? Chris Nitro was the cameraman. But Elijah, Lumberjack, Swamp Man, whatever you want to call him, was next to him. I don't know why he was next to him, but he was. But when I was making my entrance, you know, when it transitioned to my theme song and I came out through the curtain, Elijah was looking at Chris like, hey, this theme song, you know, hey, I like the way he edited it. But what really got him were these. When it started playing the Red Kingdom in the background, Elijah looked at Chris like, and then he looked at me, and no joke, Elijah was like, so yeah, I knew I got him with the song. Hello, I'm back. Thank you, James Taylor. So I knew I had got Elijah with that song when I made this. But what I like about this custom song that I edited is the ending. So let's go to the ending real quick, if it'll load. There we go.
3, 2, 1, go! Kingdom.
So my track finishes playing, but like 2 seconds before it like actually finishes, the 3, 2, 1 from Destroyer's theme plays, and then it goes Red Kingdom. So like I'm getting in his head. I'm getting in his head with the theme song. You know, mind games. It's what it's all about. James Taylor said, yeah, it's a good theme. I appreciate that. I edited that theme song, by the way. Can you watch my Titantron real fast and let me know what you think of it? Sure. Give me just a second. I don't think I have to pull up. I don't want to pull up another. I mean, not that I don't want to. It's just I don't think I have to because I screen recorded your Titantron to put in the Decimation episode for your theme song. Okay, so I'm hoping if I go here and click video file, oh yeah, I can. So let me just do that. The stunner I gave Jackal is in it. That's good editing. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I did that theme song. Oh yeah. So let me present video file and let me go to the file named James Taylor theme. I'm going to open that.
I've been looking for my next mistake, and every other little chance I take, I've left my mind.
That theme song goes hard as fuck. The Titantron with the lightning and the editing and fucking everything. Oh my god. You went all out just for that fucking Titantron. I'm going to update it for 2024, though. Okay. I'm excited to see what your CAW is going to look like for 2K25 because you are getting the game, right? When it comes out, 2K25. They haven't announced anything about the game yet. I'm just wondering. You most likely are going to get 2K25 though.
Everywhere I've been, I think it's time for me to come back down. I think it's time for me to stand my ground. I don't know where I should begin. I hope it's not too late.
Oh, and there's that jackal spawner. Didn't he used to have the F5 as a thing too? Yeah, there it is, right there. He stunk a lot of people. There's the Crimson Mask, you know.
Is there a reason why I'm still here? Nobody ever seemed to make it clear. I've been waiting here for so damn long.
F5 is a signature.
I just need you to show me now if there was ever really any way out.
Oh, Jay Wild.
I've been ticking like a time bomb. Every move I made was wrong. I hope it's not too late. Save me, 'cause I still believe there's something in me. From this disease that's feeding on the better part of me.
Okay. The video took you a week to make. Damn. That's a lot of editing. All right. We're going to go back to the match with Destroyer. So as I stated, like my theme song, the entrance, I edited that because I figured, you know, I'm the tweener here. Okay, Destroyer is more the heel, but I'm more leaning towards more the face side. But like I said, they have me doing bad things to bad people. So I'm kind of a tweener, you know, I'm between a heel and a face. For those who don't know, that is what a tweener is. When you're between a heel and a face. A heel, for the people who don't know wrestling terminology, heel, bad guy. Face, good guy. John Cena, face. Iron Sheik, heel. I had to think of a good example of a heel. John Cena, face. Andre the Giant, Iron Sheik, heel. Yeah.
Yeah, he is. But also, did you all notice in the beginning of his song, the Red Kingdom Destroyer song started playing?
Oh, now you point out the theme song. When my entrance is over, like almost over, now you point out the theme. Okay.
It was. Yes, it was.
But now,
As I stated, this match is like my favorite match of my entire career. Oh, I also want to say, that reminds me, before I make my entrance, you know how just like the very beginning of Destroyer's theme song hits? Chris Nitro had told us, like when we were behind the curtain, that I will be entering first, okay? And we both looked at him like, okay. So then Destroyer has no idea I'm using that theme. He has no idea that I put his theme song in with mine. His theme song starts playing, and I swear he looks at me, and he asked me like 3 or 4 times, "Wait, am I entering first or are you entering?" Ow, fuck. Destroyer looks at me and he's like, "Wait, am I entering first or are you entering first?" And I'm like, "Oh, I am." And he's like, "That's my theme song." And I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm entering first. Just wait." And he's like, "Are you sure you're entering first? Because I feel like I got to go through the curtain." I'm like, "It's me, dude. Trust me. You'll probably love what I did with this theme song." I'm entering first. Bear with me. What took him to, what it took to convince him that it was me entering first was the transition from his theme song to mine. That's what it took. And then he heard it, and then I entered through the curtain, and he was like, "You son of a bitch." He didn't actually say that, but
I'd grab if it wasn't.
Yeah, might be Swamp Man. Who knows? I mean, it's a mystery as well. But also tonight, we have the Macho Man Championship match between Trent and
He
Crusher.
enters through the curtain. The look on his face, he's like, "This stupid son of a bitch just mocked my entrance." Yeah, I did.
And Chris Nitro in a no disqualification
Wait.
match. So
I know I've probably stated this before, but just in case I didn't, Destroyer, my most favorite opponent. I will go so far as to say he is my most favorite opponent that I've ever had, ever, in my backyard wrestling career up to this point. I really want to get back in the ring with him. He wants to get back in the ring with me. Because we, fun fact, are currently tied. Okay? We have each had 2 matches against each other. I have 1 win over him, and he has another. So we are currently tied in matches between each other. We need a rubber match to decide this. 3 years in the making. Destroyer versus Alexander Kelly. Who will win the rubber match? We need a deciding match.
anything goes.
That'll be one to see.
Yeah, so stay with us.
No matter how bad this may be.
Yeah. Oh, no, I got pretty high hopes.
Oh, another thing that I wanted to say is the reason this match is my most favorite match is because this was the match that we practiced the most. I felt comfortable with them. We practiced moves and spots. And you will see a lot of that in this match, especially the starting sequence where we lock up and we start to punch each other. We practiced that. We practiced the Samoan drop that he did. We practiced the shit talking throughout the match. We practiced a lot in this match. There were even some spots that we practiced, but we decided not to do them because it took a lot of work. So there were some spots that unfortunately were left out of the match. I forget what some of them were. But yeah, I felt the most comfortable with this match because we practiced the most. That is why I say I love this match. Plus, it's really good. And Chris Nitro gave this a 5-star rating. Not to, pat myself on the back or anything, but he did.
Because we got Andy Omega.
That's what if it had the story through the belt, Eddie Omega ended up with it.
Telekinesis, man.
He just said, "Do over here."
Get over here.
That might want to say
Powers. He's big
Yeah. Yeah, he looks clean as fuck right there.
Bobby Hill.
Yeah, Bobby Hill.
Thank you.
Dad.
He's looking over at Shorter. Dad. But here he's handing off the championship. We're going to toss it. Now he's checking them to make sure they ain't carrying no rocket launchers in their pockets and shit.
After show last time, you gotta make sure.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like the bell rings, we circle each other.
Destroyer and Alexander.
And then we just start beating the piss out of each other. We practiced that. We practiced that like 2 or 3 times just to get it right. And then, dude, this is probably like... Hang on, I'm laughing at this comment. Why is it in all caps, dog? What happened to that dude? That was the ref. What happened to that dude? That was the ref. Andy Omega refereed this match. He just decided not to wrestle anymore. Bro's yelling at me in the chat. But yeah, Andy and his brother Big Z decided that they didn't want to wrestle anymore. They were probably like the first set of people. Andy and Big Z were probably like the first set of people to shift away from WEF because their appearances over time became a lot more sporadic and they didn't show up that often. This is when WEF was in its final year. Their appearances just became a lot more sporadic. They weren't really around a lot. So they kind of shifted away a little bit from doing it. They were like part-timers now. But then it was like right before WEF shut down. That's when they decided that they didn't want to do it anymore. So we, at that point, just lost the general manager because Andy Omega was booked as the general manager then. We had just lost the general manager, and we just lost this unstoppable monster, Big Z. So, after they left, WEF, you know, we tried to come up with ways we could transition into like what we're going to do next. They had actually thought, not even kidding, they thought about making me the fucking general manager. Like an on-screen character general manager. I was still going to wrestle, but after Andy Omega left, they actually asked me if I wanted to be the general manager. And I said, hell yeah. I'm literally not even kidding. You could ask Chris Nitro. They had thought about making me the general manager after Andy left. Because the reason they wanted to make me general manager is because I was getting to a point. This comment's still on screen. My apologies. The reason I wanted to make me general manager is because this was a time where my promos started to like really get good. And people were leaving comments on the video of like how strong I looked and, you know, how my promos were getting better and how I was adapting to the new roster, to everybody, and how me with the influence was looking really, really good. So that's when Chris turned to me and he was like, hey, since Andy's not the general manager anymore, you want to be the general manager? And I said, hell yeah. But that never came to be because a couple idiots in WEF decided it would be the best idea to shut down. I am going to say this right now. Chris Nitro is not one of those idiots. I don't blame Chris Nitro for shutting WEF down. I blame Elijah and JT for shutting WEF down.
And Alexander Souls got
And then, like, I'm throwing forearms in the corner.
His forearms right to the back of the head. Yeah, he did say a revolution will be made. So maybe we can see.
There you can see I communicate to him. Okay? I whisper, step up Enziguri. You can't tell what I whisper to him because it's kind of covered up.
Yeah, he did
but
say
it's
a
very
revolution
obvious that I communicated to
made.
him.
So maybe we can see.
Yeah, I said step up Enziguri. And
walk
then,
out with the Intercontinental Championship.
what do you know? I do a step up Enziguri in the corner.
Yeah. This will be a big hit for him, especially when he just debuted at Airborne.
He's starting off strong.
See, Elijah, whenever I dragged Destroyer away from the corner, at least he had the knowledge to grab the middle rope and like make it look like I slammed him down on the canvas. At least that added something to it.
Layering these kicks to the Destroyer to stomping the fuck out of him.
Because then I start stomping the
I don't know.
living piss out of this man.
Once the Destroyer
He's like a possum.
Then we talk
starts warming
shit.
up, man.
So I'm
That's
ascending
when you
up to the
gotta
middle
worry.
rope. Then the Destroyer gets up, and before I could do anything,
Oh, in
Oh.
the to the gut.
that kick in the gut looked really good. But I'm gonna break the fourth wall here. You know, this is behind the scenes. I didn't feel it. I didn't feel anything. It looked really good. It looked like he kicked me like in the liver or something. I didn't feel anything. It looked good. Didn't feel anything.
It ain't gonna happen anymore.
From
Now.
Destroyer.
That was ego.
Now he's got
And then the
upper
Destroyer
hand,
goes to the middle rope.
like I feared he would. Big axe.
There's a
handle
double
chop.
axe handle, which kind of hurt. I'm not gonna lie. it's not a mistake on Destroyer's part. Like, I'm not gonna like throw shade and say, "Oh, you fucking hurt me." You know, I don't even go as far as to say that was a mistake. You know, he did a double axe handle. I just took it wrong. I wouldn't even say I took it wrong. You know, he just did a double axe handle. That hurt.
To the top of the head, the top of the head.
Looks like a Punjabi chef.
Yeah. Wonder who he got that from.
Come on,
Howard.
Soul.
Nah, Papa Kali.
Yeah, big Papa Kali. Oh, but now what's the story we're going for? It looks like a springboard body splash.
I love that move, first of all.
And this match is already kicking off strong. First started with Alexander, now Destroyer taking the upper hand.
Now this
Stretcher
stupid
learning a thing or two from
motherfucker
Blair,
is mocking me.
saying, "Get out
He
of
gets
here."
me in the corner
Oh, these
and he
chops.
starts chopping me. This is not something that we practiced before the match. So when he starts chopping me, I'm like, ow, because they hurt. I'm not mad at him, obviously, because like I said, he's like one of my favorite opponents. But he starts chopping me in the corner, and I was not expecting that. So, like, he chops me once,
Out of here. Oh, these chops.
and I cover my chest up. And then he tries to chop me again, and my chest is still covered up. Then he moves my hand, and he chops me 2 more times. Let me tell you, those chops hurt. He was legit, like, in the chest. They hurt. Think about somebody taking the palm of their hand, okay, and hitting you as hard as they can in the fucking chest. That's the best way I could describe a chop.
God. I guess Little Nate is actually sticking to his name.
For what?
Oh, he's got him in a.
But yeah, we
chair position.
practiced the Samoan drop.
Samoan drop.
Nailed it. My fireman's carry positioning was actually good.
Yes, it was. Alexander is taking a beating here.
He should have kept this on.
He's going for the cover. 1, 2. Kick out at 2.
That was his.
Oh, but Alexander is getting right back up. Now, looks like he's got the upper hand
I guess those chops
from
are starting to hurt.
clocking. I guess so. It pumped a little adrenaline into him. And now, Alexander
He needs to learn from Gage.
stomping the hell out of Destroyer again.
They'll stop your heart if you get chops from him.
So, like, at this point, I'm just trying
He's
to
got
work
him in a
with him.
cross armbar.
Because in our
Yeah, right.
first match that we had against each other, you know, that was a gauntlet match. And that was my debut match. And it wasn't really that long. So we weren't really used to each other's styles heading into this match. So we're just kind of trying to work with each other. Like I said, we did practice, so like we knew what we were doing. So like I'm like, okay, he's on the ground. Let me lock in an arm bar. So as you can see, I'm doing that. I have him in an arm bar. Good position. Good
Right
technique.
center to the ring almost too.
Yeah.
I tell him
Yeah,
to tap. I don't know
What's arm
when you
bar?
can tell. I get him in
He's got to wrap the center to the ring almost.
right there. You even heard it a little bit. Let me turn that up just a little bit.
I guess so. It pumped a little adrenaline into him. And now, Alexander
He needs to learn from Gage.
stomping the hell out of Destroyer again.
They'll stop your heart if you get chops from him.
Mm-hmm. That's got him in a cross armbar.
He's got to wrap the center to the ring.
Yeah, you heard where I told him to tap. I feel like that adds a lot more to submissions. That's just me personally. I feel like if you lock someone in a submission and you yell tap, like it adds to it. That's just me. I don't feel like it should be done every time, but you know, it's something.
Almost too.
Yeah,
Can he get
that's
to
the
the rope?
perfect position to get the Destroyer in. Oh, but the Destroyer broke out of it.
So then Destroyer,
Now what's Destroyer going for?
be a little fucking smart ass, gets me in an armbar. Ooh, now I do want to say his armbar was a lot better because look.
It was armbar of his own.
Oh,
Look at
it's
him.
locked in deep.
I was told that what he did was an MMA extension armbar. didn't really hurt that bad. But when he went down and he kind of bent my arm a little bit, I felt something. It hurt a little bit, but not much.
Snap the arm of Souls.
Well, I'm selling it. I'm on the ground,
Souls
so
will
I'm trying to
break it
fight
out.
out of it, and I do.
They just,
Bunked him right in his kneecap.
they just beat the hell out of each other's kneecaps.
Yeah. Now he's got him in a leg.
Look,
lock
I'll
there.
walk in a
Oh,
heel
ankle
hook,
lock.
The ropes.
but Destroyer was like right there on the
Too
rope.
close for that one.
And I didn't even
Should've
realize
pulled it a
that
little
when I did
closer,
it.
But still.
So then, like,
Now
me and
these two are
him
back face to face.
are kind of like face to face again, trying to figure out what we're going to do. Let me tell you about this.
Destroyer, now what's going on? God.
Let me tell you about that. I was expecting him to do a sling blade. I was not expecting him to fucking body me the way that he did. So when he did the body splash, I wasn't ready to take that bump. I was fully expecting him to do a sling blade where, you know, he kind of goes around and kind of brings me down with him. I was not expecting him to ram his whole ass body weight into me. So whenever I took that bump and I fell back, hang on. When I took that bump and I fell back,
Forearm from Destroyer. Now what's going on? God, he just
and I kind of hit the wall, yeah, that was real. That wasn't planned.
bodied
That
Alexander
was so
Souls.
close, man. That was a body.
That look, this dude, hit me with that move, and he's like, and he starts laughing over the fact that I fell, hit the wall, and now I gotta sell it.
Technical foul.
Just completely ran over top of him.
Now he gets me
But
up,
also, I have to mention, I will wait right after
and
this.
now
Sling
he
blade!
goes for a sling blade.
Now that'll sure bring you down. Anyways, like I was saying, the tag team tournament to determine the tag team champions is tonight. Who will we see take the championships?
I don't know if
He hit me with the splash.
the tournament after this.
It was better than Elijah's
Tell him, but he does
splashes.
have a mystery partner tonight.
I'll say
What
that
is
much.
it?
Partners as good as Big Z or Howard.
Yeah,
He's gonna have to have it.
because those two are the biggest in the tournament. Oh, but Destroyer's calling for Alexander. Get up.
You gotta think though too.
Oh.
Big Z has one hell of a partner.
Stunner! He hit him with a stunner.
That was my very first time taking a stunner. And I think for the first time, that sell was pretty good. Okay? For someone taking the move for the first time, that sell was good. That's just my opinion. Okay? But you know, I went down with him, and when he connected it, I kind of went back up. I was dazed, and then I went back down. I think that for someone taking a stunner for the first time, that sell right there was
Stunner.
decent. It was good.
Could this be the finish? Oh, but Alexander.
So
kicked out.
I'm looking at Destroyer's reaction here. I don't think he wanted me to kick out. Personally. I don't think he wanted me to kick out because I'm looking at his face and it looks like he is trying to figure out like what to do next. Like, damn, he really kicked out. And now I got to do more work. Destroyer, I'm
Destroyer
sorry.
is not very happy about that one. He clearly had that one.
Then he picks me up.
But now Alexander's to his feet.
And now
Well,
he's
he
just
just laid the
targeting my
knees.
fucking legs.
He just
And he
completely
trips me. That was a real trip, by the way. He put his leg behind mine and he pushed in and legitimately tripped me. So when I fell on my ass, that was real.
Alexander right on his back just dropped him.
So I want to talk about
Oh, man, the story's going to the top right.
this right here.
He teleported.
He gets on the top.
What can we see here? Oh,
And I roll out of the way. I was fully expecting him to do another splash. He had not told me what he was going to do. I just saw him going up to the top, and all he told me was roll out of the way. Okay, so I'm like, okay, when you jump, I'll roll out of the way as fast as I can. But you can see, because I was not expecting him to do the coup de grace, when I rolled out of the way,
What can we see here? Oh, he went
Right
for the coup de grace.
there, he landed. Ow! He landed on my right arm. Okay. He landed on my right arm. So, like, all of his weight on my right arm. It fucking hurt. I'm honestly surprised I didn't walk away with, like, a fucking serious injury.
Bro,
So then Destroyer is like, oh shit, I just got his arm.
they're moved out of the way.
And then me,
Yeah.
that's not selling. He landed right on my arm. That hurt.
That would have ended the match probably and his career.
So, like, my right arm is in pain.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a
I would've
strong
bet.
boy. He can handle it.
Built like a tree.
Oh, now he's just
So
beating
then,
his
like,
knees.
I'm just trying to work with him. Like, you know, trying to do
He's
a
making
couple
sure he
ground
can get hit with
moves,
the coup de grace.
whatever.
Yeah.
As the Lord knows, if he does, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
So then, this is me talking shit to him again.
There's him walking around, talking shit.
Oh, now stomping at his back. Now, what could we see here? Looks like Alexander setting up Destroyer for something.
He's just
So then
letting
Destroyer gets up,
That's smart.
and he's like,
Oh,
man,
he let Destroyer get the upper hand. That
this
man
guy
lost
this guy
the
stalled
match.
too much.
Is he going
Let me
for it again?
fucking
Sling
Sling blade
Oh, he set perfectly for it.
into the sickest transition of a pin ever.
Now that was clean as fuck. He just rolled right
Look,
back
even
over
even
on top.
Chris on
Still,
commentary had to
Alexander
point
kicked
that out.
Smooth criminal.
That transition. So then,
Oh, just stomp the back of the
off
head.
the back of my head,
Alexander.
I think,
stomped-
if I remember correctly, whenever he did that, it got me like here. It just scraped the side of my face. I was fine though.
I don't know what to call that.
I gotta say, this is probably Alexander's best match.
It's sad to say though, if he hits this, it could be his last.
Yeah. Oh, whoa. No.
But then Destroyer
He's
goes for the coup de grace. Now here's a fun fact. Okay, hang on. I'll let him pin me.
Oh, God.
Yeah, like I said, it may be his last.
This is it. 1, 2, 3. And just
So here's a fun fact. This show was recorded before the TBW show one was. I said that so wrong, but you know what I mean. Showdown was recorded before the TBW Backyard Welterweight Tournament show. And in the tournament, Grizzly took the coup de grace and stayed down for the 1, 2, 3. Okay? But because Showdown was recorded before the TBW show was, technically, I was the first one who actually took the coup de grace as a finisher and stayed down for it. But, you know, because the TBW welterweight tournament, because that one was uploaded first, technically Grizzly did that as a finisher. But not to like discredit Grizzly or anything, but I take full credit into actually giving Destroyer that coup de grace finisher because he hit me with it, and I decided that I was going to stay down because of it.
no, he's coup de grace.
And the fact that somebody my size, as skinny as me, as thin as me, took the coup de grace like a fucking champ.
Yeah.
By the way.
Oh, whoa. No. No, he's coup de grace. Oh, my God.
Yeah, like I said, it may be his
I
last.
took it like a champ,
This is it. 1,
and I
2,
stayed down
3.
from it.
And Destroyer.
So I
That's the
inadvertently...
Intercontinental Championship.
No, I wouldn't even say inadvertently. I gave Destroyer a new finisher because I stayed down from that. And then everybody after that took the coup de grace and stayed down from it.
He put the Revolution down. Look at these highlights right here. The coup de grace is
Oh,
the
that-
match. Oh,
That
God.
was my favorite match of all
Gotta say,
time
This
in my
was
backyard
one
wrestling
way to
career.
start off Showdown between these two. Look at the disrespect from Destroyer.
There's a reason he's the champion.
Yeah. And now, up next, the tag tournament.
Okay. We will react to this match next time, but ladies and gentlemen, I gotta hit the hey. I gotta hit the hay. You know what I'm saying? It's about 12:30 a.m. here. I'm tired, and I got stuff to do tomorrow. So I'm gonna hop off here. This was part 2 of reacting to my backyard wrestling matches. Again, thanks to the Nemesis James Taylor for hopping on here and talking to me for a little bit, teaching me some stuff, having me learn some stuff too. But that'll just about do it for this stream, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. If you did, this was a long ass stream. So if you did tune in, a big thank you. And I will catch y'all next time. Deuces.